So enigmatic and charismatic, gotta live static, gotta get at it, never pragmatic, cause we live tragic. I can't live average, to be alive's magic. Turn it up in the back cause I'm grabbing everything I want, get in my way and I'm stabbing. I'll be moving crowds till I'm 6 feet napping. They need another fix, hooked on like an addict. I got my eyes on the prize and it's changing lives. I wanna live till I die, make a difference, right? I wanna give those in need a reason to fight. I wanna live every day like it's my last night. I wanna change how we play the game, rearrange all the pieces till they say my name, push an agenda against doing what they say. I wanna stand up and start a revolution. I wanna 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 start a revolution. I'm on top now while me kissing babies. Call me out president, boss school, hate me. I'ma trust my gut, you don't faze me. I'ma give my blood, don't save me. Damn it's never enough, still chasing every single dream that I've had since I was 18. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution. I wanna start a revolution.
Breaking news out of Placer County. 16-year-old Kylie Rodney.
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 Kylie Rodney is
Kylie Rodney.
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 Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney. Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney.
Kylie Rodney. What up, y'all? How's everybody doing? Rainy, I don't know. I accidentally kicked you out by trying to pause this shit. What we doing, bitch?
I'm
Look.
celebrating your birthday with you.
I'm what Miss G would call fucking ripped right now. But I still want to talk about fucking Kylie Rodney. Because something just ain't fucking right, y'all.
I love you, birthday girl. You see all the love in
I
the
love
chat.
I do. Look, Ninja Chihuahua made me a little fucking happy birthday video. Y'all blow me up in fucking Discord and shit. I'm like, my Facebook's going off. It doesn't go off once a year. It does. It's fucking igniting. I'm like, nope. We just put the phone down and kept about a business. I was listening to Miss G in the background while I was doing shit, playing video games, hanging out with Fee. Neighbor chick come over.
Get in trouble.
Got her ripped as shit. Before you knew it, 40 minutes had passed.
Shan. It's your birthday,
dude.
bitch. It's your
Sure
birthday.
fuck is, dude. Look, and the thing of it is
Aw.
like I choose to pass up the liquor store. Look, I went and bought a 6-pack of lager for New Year's because like I don't drink hard liquor anymore. That's usually my choice. I thought I'd try to mellow it down. There's still 4 of the 6 in there, and I dumped half of each of the other ones down the drain. You know?
I remember when you were attempting to drink them. You're like, I can't.
I just couldn't do it, dude.
Proud
It
of
gave me
you.
bubble guts instantly, and I was just like, nah, dude.
Yep, I'm proud of you. So
Like, if coffee and energy drinks the worst things that I drink, cool. You know? So I
right. Oh, look at all these awesome people in here. Oh, Ninja.
I love you. Thank you so much. If anybody wants to come up on panel tonight, you are more than welcome to.
Yes,
I
please.
do want to visit one of Ninja Chihuahua's videos tonight because she goes over the 40-year-old thing, the 40-year-old at the party. Like, and I'm just really starting to pay attention to a lot of things that are said. And then looking at the fire cam, there's like little bits of truth and a whole lot of lies. Really is. And this lady, what'd you get into today, Gimpy? Elliot.
I got my new cast. That's about it. You got to see my boo boo.
I did, dude. That's a long cut, bitch.
Told you it was my whole thumb.
You might not get that filling back there. That whole front side of your thumb, like right there. That's a major incision.
Yeah. Oh, there's 3. The one on my thumb,
Dude,
it looks like it's a 1. I know it's 2.
Is like it's like the fucking size of a fucking cesarean cut. Like that thing up, it's almost the whole length of your fucking poor ass thumb, the whole way down to like the wrist. And then why is there this like porthole here? What's going on here up here? What's that? You know, you got like the incision that's like, I don't know, like 4 inches up your arm.
There we go.
What's that for?
Sorry, I lost you for a minute.
I'm sorry. Did you drop me?
I lost you. It was my Wi-Fi. It was mine.
Really?
I don't know what you're talking about, but all I know is I have this one cast on. and I'm glad that I can drive. I'm glad that I can shower and get this wet. Not that I haven't showered in 2 weeks, but I had to put like a trash bag over it, you know? Whatever. Let's talk about your birthday. It makes me nauseous even thinking about it. I'm just happy to be here.
It's a big boo-boo.
It's a big boo-boo. It's a big ouchie.
Oh, wait. She dropped a whole nother fucking video? Hold the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
So
yeah, all right. So there's 2 videos. First. Okay, yeah, okay. Go ahead, honey. I'm sorry.
No, it's just so stupid. It's stupid. It's the guy who did my operation, who was my surgeon, is one of my friends from high school. I've known him since we were young. But today we were laughing, funny, not funny, because I'm really not that old. And he said, well, just so you know, your operation was one of my first in my professional history. And I'm like, oh, really? What's that? And he's like, you are the first friend of mine that I have actually done an operation that is arthritic. That is arthritic, like, involved. So in other words, Shannon, I am aging very quickly, Shanndah. I'm the first one that he's ever operated in our age group. He's operated on our friends before, but none of them for having like severe arthritis. So we laughed. We tried to make it a joke, but I'm like, good grief.
Yeah, my aunt's
my body's falling apart.
So bad they look like she had like claws. It was crazy.
Yeah. It's just because I like to shoot things. It's my trigger finger.
Nope. The only 2 fingers that look fucked up when you look at them is my 2 pointer fingers. They're completely like turned, like the finger part's straight, but from the knuckle to the tip of the finger look like. Well, I mean, all my fingers were broken. That's probably why, because I never. All I had to do is just fucking tape a popsicle stick to that shit and call it a day. Because that's all they're gonna do is a little fucking splint with a popsicle stick in it at the fucking hospital anyway.
Right. Well, you have RA though, don't you?
Together.
Don't you have rheumatoid? Okay, so they think I'm in the beginning stages of it. which I have blood work sitting that I refuse to look at right now.
It's painful. Like nerve damage and RA mixed together they're not friends, y'all. They're really not.
No, they're not.
It's not a good time.
I'm so sorry, honey.
But I have good days too, so I'm blessed for those,
Right. Yep. Same. That's why I'm like,
it
could be a lot worse.
That I can still do the stuff that I do, that I can still game. I can't, I really wish I could play guitar. I just can't.
How about all the shirts you've made, Shan, by hand?
Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible as well. All the videos you do. Yeah.
Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it feels better to push through the screen printing process. That makes my hands feel better. Sometimes it doesn't. It all depends.
Thank you, Ranch Boss. It does make me special that I was the first one that you got to operate on.
Did you boop back up here? Why is it we booping up here?
Who, me?
Did you hear that boop?
I heard it too. Here we
That's
go.
Weird.
Here we go again. Who's joining?
The FBI want to tell me hi. There's someone that's hacking from a streamer wants to say hi. Shit. This girl that lives across from me thinks she has fucking ghosts in her house. And I was like, look, no. Just listen. The suction, the great thing about, if you wouldn't open any main doors here, fire would not spread rapidly in these buildings. The way that they're built, they got suction. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you're coming down off a mountain or going up a mountain, you put your windows down, you adjust that cabin pressure in your vehicle. Like this airlock on your ears. That's what these apartments do. And then they have backup fire doors too. It's really, the way they built this was very smart. I live in a fallout shelter is what I live in. I'm good. I'm kosher, dude.
So your neighbor thinks she has ghosts though. What?
Yeah, but
what's
no,
that?
The suction, somebody should finally shut the fucking main door. And look, some of these apartments, when they were renovated, they never re-put the weather strip in the main door. So when airlock happens, now my apartment's so airlocked, you can actually hear the glass in my windows suck. It's crazy, dude. When you open and close these fucking doors, it's like airlock. It's great. I love it. I got my own little bunker here, y'all.
Maybe that was your door that made that pop then.
It is literally. My apartment is in the side of a hill. I only have a front-facing thing. You only have one side to get me, and trust me, you'll fuck around, find out you come through my window.
Yeah, I would warn you not to do that. I'm laughing at chat right now too. I love our group. Oh, Miss G.
What are you doing, Miss
Sing Lionel Rich.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, babe.
Ara.
How's your day going?
Hey. I'm making cinnamon rolls right now. So, but I'm listening and I have my headphones on. Yeah, dude, they're gonna be so good.
I don't. I really don't. I got so fat and sassy today. I haven't even had my lemon meringue pie yet.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna have it. I don't know if I'm gonna have it today. I might save it for tomorrow when I make chicken and biscuits because I had a Reuben tonight. That shit was delicious.
Chicken and biscuits. What's that?
Chicken and biscuits. You never had.
I thought you were making chicken and biscuits and whatever
but
today.
I was not cooking. On
chicken and waffles.
I was not cooking on my birthday. No, I mean, no, not chicken and waffles. No.
Oh, okay.
It's like chicken in its own a jus style chicken gravy with carrots, celery, biscuits on top. You make mashed potatoes. It's
that sounds yummy.
That's what they call it, a hunty.
That sounds yummy. I want some of
that. I don't
that.
know if it's German, Pennsylvania Dutch. I don't know what it is.
It almost sounds like chicken pot pie.
I don't know. My mom makes this used to make this. I can make it. It's just a pain in the ass process, but it's worth the outcome. It's called a pita, and it's not like pita bread. It's a pita pie. It came 3 generations down from, I don't know where this recipe came from. I couldn't tell you. It's literally like a cookie sheet crust pastry pie.
Yeah.
You put whatever fruit filling you want in it. And it has an egg top with a little bit of sugar, and it's cooked to golden brown, like a flaky cut crust. I don't know. My family makes a lot of flaky crust shit. I don't know why.
That sounds good though.
Flakes.
Like a chicken pot pie.
But I didn't feel like cooking tonight, so I didn't.
So what did you eat for your birthday?
Girl, I ordered me a Reuben. That's what I did. I let somebody cook for me today.
That's good.
Because it wasn't going to be me. Like, I was so stoked for chicken and biscuits. And I was like, you know what? No, I really don't. I want to buy a fucking pie. I want someone to feed me. I just want to chill out. I'm going to get really ripped. I want to play some video games. I want to do some shit in the house. I want to hang out with my kid and my dog. Fuck this cat. The cat's bad. Cat's bad. That's a baby's kid. Cat's bad. Cat's bad. But she's so
How is Nova with the cats?
Oh, she makes that cat stay in line like she's like her little drill sergeant. I love it. Like Nova knows when that cat's doing bad too. She tells on her.
Tells on her.
Or she'll get her herself. It's the funniest shit. And then she'll tell on her. It's funny.
That's funny.
I love my dog. She's actually chilling. She got to hang out with the neighbors.
Nova is just like my one husky.
She found my chair with the new fucking cover on it. She already found it. So there, now it has hair too.
Your stuff no longer belongs to you. Remember
Dang
that.
it.
No,
She was trying to have a hairless birthday though.
Yeah, I was trying to go one day, man. I bought all kind of new jammies,
Oh, no.
head clothes, fucking chair cover. I was good to go. Nope. We didn't even last 6 hours, man. We didn't even last 6 hours.
Nova, the fun police, just like my husky. We call her the fun police. She
Yes.
tells on the other dogs.
But in her own time. It's on her terms. Nova's only fun when Nova wants to be fun.
You cannot have fun without them. That's the rule.
Come on, Naj. Yeah, Nala, she's the fun police. We call her.
True. Because if Nova could take the cat's balls and shit and chew them up and all that, she wouldn't tell. But since she's not allowed to chew up the cat, because they're like fucking silver vine balls with catnip inside of it. I just don't want. I know what my dog has done to my what are they called?
Your house?
No, my no, like a wrapped vine wreath, dude. She tore one day. She got a hold of one of my wreaths that I just finished. I was getting ready to dehumidify to dry out, and it's got a hold of this vine and shredded it. She shit sticks for a hot ass man.
Oh my god. The splinter gun over here.
She did a splinter gun.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm tired.
Girl, I'm tired and high, but it's all good.
Let's go.
What are you chopping over there?
Yeah, she's making dinner.
Oh,
I'm making cinnamon rolls. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
No, make it up, girl.
I'm doing it.
You're making me hungry.
It's because they're so good.
So which one are we gonna watch? So this is
go.
a brand new. Can we match Miss Doe's voice somewhere? Okay, let's listen. I haven't listened to this one yet.
I know the theme song. It's Ninja. If I'm not looking at the screen.
Right.
So, if you've watched my Mrs. Doe video, you have probably noticed the many irregularities and have many questions. It seems that the general consent.
This person has a pink shirt. They got a. I'm gonna say that's a chick. It's a pink shirt with a red. Looks like blue jeans with holes in it. Like she got a beanie on, dude. Who is that? Huh. Anyway,
is that Mrs. Doe definitely isn't a parent, and I totally agree with this. The timbre of her voice points to her being a young adult.
So this is in addition to. All right, I see what we're doing. All right, I'm gonna go back to the other video. I see what's going on here. We gotta play that 1 second. I see what's happening. That's an extension.
Okay, I will give a huge shout out here to Mark Molina, who is a solid, intelligent, well-educated creator who does research and creates great content.
I like the way he thinks.
For the purpose of today's video, however, the shout out goes to Just My Opinion.
Yeah.
I've added the links for both these channels in my description. So share the love, go over, subscribe, and check out their content.
Please do.
Just My Opinion has been working hard going through old content that many of us have forgotten about. The most recent video caught my attention. It's audio from a call into Iked Mel's channel when he was covering Kylie's case. I found it to be quite interesting and thought it was worth looking a little more closely at. Without a link to the relevant Iked Mel live stream, I can't provide you with a date for this call-in or tell you if this individual gave her name at the start of the call. I am going to predict, however, that the timing of this call coincides with the 2 Jane Doe phone calls, hence the title of this video. It has the same kind of feel about it. Someone who can demonstrate that they're from the area and who is able to speak with authority, real or not, on the party scene in the area, and to give us a narrative that sounds plausible. This person sounds far more intelligent than our Wi-Fi hopping friend.
Oh, for sure.
And I think it would be easy enough for us to mistake their intelligence and more eloquent speech as being signs of truthfulness. For that reason, I think that it is all the more important that we pay close attention to what this person is really telling us.
I have 2 teenage boys that attend Incline High School, which is the north side of Lake Tahoe. And we live in Tahoe City, which is also the north side of Lake Tahoe. They, frequent these parties that happen at Boca and Prosser and Stampede reservoirs.
Your kids
kind of a
Oh.
Well, one of them does. They weren't there that night.
Have you noticed how nobody's kids were there that night?
Right.
She's
None of them.
contradicting herself.
They weren't there.
He says they frequent these parties.
Yep.
And then Iked Mel says they do. And she says, well, one of them does. And then she says they weren't there that night. So on one hand, she's saying that both her kids go to these parties, then correcting herself, saying, no, only one goes. And then again, saying that they go. It could just be that she doesn't want to admit to allowing a 17-year-old to go to parties where there are drugs and alcohol. But then 18 is still underage. Whatever the motivation,
where'd my water go?
Something in this statement is already untruthful. Also, I'm wondering if there was any significance in the fact that she mentioned Boca first when she mentioned the 3 reservoirs, Boca, Prosser, and Stampede. It's kind of convenient that her kids go to Incline, and Sammy mentioned that as one of the areas that they came from. But at the same time, it was said that these parties don't usually grow so big, and they don't usually have kids from other areas.
No.
But then this woman is saying
And
that
I paid,
the kids go to these parties all the time.
typing and pausing and all this.
Which is it?
I forget what I was going to say now. Damn.
But I don't. She's picking up on everything you and I were discussing earlier. This is a fabulous video.
I don't know what the
not saying that we're all right or we're always right or what. This is right. I totally agree. This is where I was going with when we discussed it that night. Like, I just don't believe. I don't think there's validity to this.
No, it seems
not much
like
validity.
They were like, call in and read this piece of paper.
And as soon as she said that Sammy's a dear friend and Ronnie, then credibility.
And Ronnie, he's just a kid, and it's like, wait, what? He's 30 years old. He's a 30-year-old man. Talk about Ronnie, just a kid.
Okay.
We have kids from other areas, but then this woman is saying that her kids go to these parties all the time. Which is it? What's the actual truth of this?
Yeah.
Perhaps someone from the area could tell us this.
And I just feel like I have a bit of information that I've shared with
the collision that
police,
happened
but it's not out there in the media, and it could be viable for your show or what is.
Or the weird anomalies that look like a car goes in the water in two different spots. I don't know. It definitely looks like a collision, though.
Some misconceptions that are going on around there.
Okay, two things here. First of all, she's saying she shared this information with the police. I'm pretty certain that anything other than general information, she would have been told not to share it publicly, and certainly not to come on social media and share it. Also, why do these people love using the word misconceptions all the time? Sammy talked about popular misconceptions. Megan talked about popular misconceptions. She was at least a little bit original and said some misconceptions, but you get what I'm saying.
About what happened or about these parties. Yeah.
So tell me, well, what you can say anyway. I guess, like, what are the misconceptions? You know, what's those parties like over there?
Well, I think a good background of the terrain is pretty important. We live in a very, very rural area. There's probably a lot of body of water in that general campground. Like I said, there's Stampede Reservoir, there's Boca Reservoir, there's Prosser Reservoir. And on these...
Why did her phone dial like a fucking push button phone though?
I was just going to say that was not a cell phone button. Calling from an office. How many people have home phones here? How many people have landlines in their house anymore?
It sounded like the number 5 on a phone or an 8.
Yep.
5 or an 8.
Anybody in chat? And no, I'm not judging if you do, but my parents kept their number just because they're old school, but they don't have the phone.
My mom kept
still.
her fucking landline until the day she fucking died.
But I don't know.
I had to pay her bill to have it turned off. Actually,
that definitely sounded like a landline button, though. Reading off a script, possibly from The Office somewhere. I don't know. It's my opinion. Might be a common misconception for me, but
definitely someone leaned and slipped and hit a button on the fucking push button phone. No,
all right. Some people still do.
Yes, we've spent all birthday together. You even just snuggled up on my brand new cover for my chair. I love you so much. You cannot have any pie. You've had a taco. You've had plenty. That does not mean you're getting more. It's my birthday, not yours. Yours is in July.
It's always Nova's birthday.
No.
I
mean, she's treated like she is, so we don't need like extra birthday on top of it. You know?
Back dirt roads, they all lead to an inlet, a private campground, a private beach spot, a private party scene. And there's hundreds of kids spread out throughout miles and miles of campground. And so they're not just coverage in one general area. And
yeah, I believe
it would be very easy for her car to get lost in hundreds of miles of backcountry access through ATV. Her car could handle those dirt roads. So she could be anywhere, really.
Why are you explaining it away, ma'am? I don't like this.
On the surface, this sounds like a fair point. There could be multiple parties going on. Maybe there were.
Not across.
But let's remember that we were told by law
enforcement the water
that the party which occurred was
Sanctuary,
a large
across
party
the water,
at
Prosser campground, cross the water there.
Okay, we have questions about whether it was Prosser or Boca.
There ain't no
and maybe
party
yes,
of
that
100
was two
Sanctuary.
separate parties. But regardless of the location, or if there was an after party, the accounts that we hear constantly refer to a party.
I'd say roughly 30 cars showed up, 20 mass exit, and 10 did this song and dance. You don't even need music to hear the
party. They don't talk about one of the parties. This narrative about multiple parties only came about after the fact and has not come from anyone associated with Kylie or from official sources. What I'm saying here is we can't discount it, but we can't verify it either. So we need to keep that in mind when we listen to this narrative, particularly, as I've already said, since the other narratives that we've heard point towards one large part.
And if you all have not gone over, I put her link in their link, I should say, in the chat. Just my opinion, has the audio pulled from Ick and Mel's Collins. And I think Ninja's doing a very good job assessing.
My problem is the parties that have been happening out there and what actually goes down, and the unawareness of the parents and letting their kids go out there and thinking they're just camping.
I do believe
and having a good time, and in reality,
why am I still eating this?
College students and 40-year-olds and drugs being thrown and donated and
Damn, it sounds like Sammy and Ronnie.
like literally.
Oh, there's Mags. Look, she said all their scripts all in 2 sentences, y'all. Did you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah. Said everything.
She said, yeah.
Repeating what you heard.
Yeah, those 3 key points she made in 2 sentences is literally what we were told by the teens.
Actually goes down, and the unawareness of the parents and letting their kids go out there and thinking they're just camping and having a good time, and in reality there's college students and 40-year-olds and drugs being thrown and donated and pushed, like literally thrown in these 14
right here,
as young as 14.
See, when I say there's little chunks that I believe, this is the little chunk right here. That
I can agree. I agree. There's enough people that came forward and said this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Telling,
they confirmed.
They're 5% truths. I love it. Oh, Miss Alice, thank you. Text me back, honey. I miss Alice. I miss Alice stopping in here. I love seeing her when she stops in to say hi. She hangs out and chats and shit. It's a nice
Good
little
evening,
turnout
Alice.
tonight. I love you.
Yes. Scottsdale says happy birthday. You've got a lot of so many people in here,
you,
Alice.
Thank you, look, and it's people that normally just like they lurk until they really, want to say something. And I love to see certain people, you know what I mean, pop out just to say happy birthday, hi.
Trudy.
And go right back to just listening. Yeah.
Good to see you guys.
So, I have no problem just people just listening in while they're doing their shit. There's a lot of people out there that do that.
I'm sure they get enough entertainment just listening to us and watching our chat.
I am birthday sassy. Holy shit, dude.
You go. Party on.
Yep.
14-year-old little girls. And it's tragic. It really is. And
look, she's saying that they're 40-year-old men are going to parties with 14-year-old girls. And look, it seems like the going thing, like the people that you have gotten to talk to, Ara, and that have come and said, yes, will you put my story on your channel? Like, they have similar stories, right?
Absolutely. They all just confirm each other.
Like what Ninja calls out in this video is just absolutely, you know what I mean? It's good shit.
Young as 14-year-old little girls. And it's tragic. It really is. And I just want the kids to start talking and the parents to start listening.
Does anyone else find it to be a major red flag that this woman, on one hand, talks about her children going to these parties and she seems quite happy with them doing so?
Yes.
And then next thing you know, she's talking about adults as old as 40.
But they're boys. It's okay. They don't have any chance of getting slipped
drugs onto kids, giving them away as freebies and saying parents need to get real. But as a parent, if you knew that this is what was going on at these parties,
you better believe my kid wasn't going to it.
Why would you allow your children to go to these parties?
40-year-old grown men, no.
And also, why did she not report them to authorities?
Maybe she stopped the younger one. The other one was like, I'm 18, I'll do what I want. Who knows?
Obviously, the knowledge she has,
try to play both
if she's saying her kids didn't go to this party, comes from before this actual party. She sounds intelligent enough. So
Lakeside does seem really nice, CB.
It makes me wonder if she's legit. Does this person really have a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old child? Or is this yet another one of these people that rang up to insert themselves to push a particular narrative?
And not reacting. They're not sharing because they're scared. And yeah, that's my advice, and that's what I've gotten from my boys.
Scared of what? The collision, the car going in the
and 18.
What? What's scary about the fire?
Why does she need to remind us that her boys are 17?
Because in all honesty, I think the only possible person it could have been scary for was Kylie. You know, the deceased girl, the victim, the actual victim here. All these people are saying how scary it is, how gruesome. I can only imagine.
17 and 18. To me, this is a bit of a red flag. Like she's trying to push a narrative. These are my invented sons that are 17 and 18.
Like they
so
all
I've got to remember to make this point.
Like listening to the
I'll make
news.
it a few times just to be sure.
The thing with these kids up here, they're top scholars, they're amazing, they're athletics.
Miss Lady, do you work for the media or like real estate or something?
Part of the community.
That's what I'm saying.
And I know Kylie was one of them. I know Sammy is one of them. It's unfortunate that people are blame shifting. You know, Sammy is a dear friend and just trying to help. Ronnie's a good kid and just trying to help. So
he's not a kid. It's a grown ass man.
There tells us so much. That one statement. Sammy is a dear friend and just trying to help. You're a parent with...
Leave the victim blamers alone, you know? No, I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. You're literally blaming the victim for her own death that the autopsy says she ain't have no water in her lungs. So, what happened to Kylie?
17 and 18-year-old children, as your children are the same age as Sammy, and yet you refer to her as a dear friend. Isn't that a little bit odd? And then referring to Ronnie as a good kid. I thought Ronnie put himself out there as being a married man with children. So we know now that this phone call has come in after the Ronnie calls, and this would therefore also be after people started questioning the validity.
Kylie was just at Incline. Who was she meeting at Incline that they all met at Secret Beach?
Gunnar Locke. Gunnar Locke?
Yeah, but Gunnar isn't from... Oh, I guess he is from Kings Beach. Never mind.
And then she was with the one girl with Kiliana. Do you want to know my opinion when it comes to the Ronnies? I think one of the... Go ahead, hon.
I forget. Go ahead.
I don't know. I just... it might be far-fetched, but there's like 3 Ronnies, okay? In my opinion, the one Rodni came forward with a false name who's from that area that was at the party, possibly someone who rode with Sammy on the way home, is connected to a female that was inserted in this case, in my opinion. And then things started to spin out of control. So Ikamel brought in his Ronnie actor friend.
I mean, they're all saying how it's spiraling out
and said that's who it was. Do you see what I'm saying? Because we know Ronnie is not a real name, and we know there's a Miro too who's tied to possibly a lady that was kayaking.
Look, I don't know if it's the kayaker. I don't know if it's the kayaker or the tow truck person, but yeah.
Or there's a little bit of a tangled little web
seems
there.
Like there's a tangled web of networking going on here. Yeah.
And that actor was brought in purposely
starting to look real sloppy.
To deflect from the other Ronnies.
Man, I can see my scar tissue in my wrist, y'all.
In my opinion.
Dude, I really wish you would have got my audios I sent you today. I don't know why. It's because you have an iPhone, that's why.
I didn't. Did you get mine?
Yeah, I did. From you and Baby Squirrel, yeah. Yep, sure did.
Okay.
Made me giggle.
Ronnie's calls. Is this someone else in Sammy's camp coming forward to try and push a narrative to try and clear Sammy? Because right now, that one statement says to me that exact same thing. It also screams out, proceed with caution. This person is calling in to push a narrative.
Believers beware. You've been
and from
bamboozled.
what they've just said, it sounds like what they are trying to push, what they are trying to convince us of, is the fact that Sammy is innocent.
Believes the
and
lie.
also
Believes the lie.
to
Believes the
support
lie.
Ronnie and tell us that Ronnie isn't a fake and everything that Ronnie said is true and that Ronnie is a good kid. We should believe him.
There's a grown-ass
So
man.
bearing
Get
in
the fuck
mind
outta
that
here.
this person
Get the fuck
clearly
outta
does
here.
have an agenda, let's
Grown-ass man with
continue to
younger cousins
listen
at this
to what
party.
it is
Come on.
that they had to say.
He was talking from his
I
point of
hope
view.
that
too,
that
so
we
it's
can stop
crazy.
misdirecting
So
the
does
focus
Megan.
and concentrate on getting footage and who saw her last. Someone saw her. So that's what really needs to happen.
Sammy did.
I hope we can stop misdirecting.
Sammy did. She was the last person who knew what was going on. She said it. She said it out of her own mouth. And she's taking names to jail on it. She talked to her about it.
So that's what really needs to happen.
I hope we can stop misdirecting the focus. As in, I hope we can stop looking.
Please stop looking at the last prime suspect.
Someone saw her. So that's what really needs to happen.
And they were offered to give her a ride home. And they didn't take her home. Is that how she said it? Girl.
I hope we can stop misdirecting the focus. As in, I hope we can stop looking at Sammy. Let's concentrate on these other things. And yes, she is correct. The focus should have been searching for Kylie at that point in time. But I think we also needed to focus on Sammy. And it's a shame that law enforcement weren't doing so a little more than what they were, if they were at all.
Well, thank you. Your kid goes out there, like you're worried too. Like, are they participating in some of the stuff going on when you go out to those parties?
Well, of course. I guess, like, he's a kid.
Wow. Would a parent really say that? Well, of course, he's a kid. Sure, my kid goes out there and participates in all this illegal shit that's going on and gets into all these drugs and shit. Like, hello? I'm sorry, but the way that was said made me wonder if this really was a teenager or a young adult making this call in, pretending that they were a parent. Particularly given that they had only just finished saying that parents should wake up and pay attention to what's going on. If you're saying something like that, to me that sounds like you are making a judgment on these parties and saying that they are bad and that parents need to pay attention and have a look at what's going on. And then you brush off the whole thing with, sure, my kid's a teenager. Why wouldn't he go to these parties?
This is good shit.
It doesn't match what you are saying.
Yeah.
And
like drugs and stuff like that too?
Well, my son not particularly, but he's seen all this stuff that's been donated and given.
How's it donated? People donate drugs out there?
Look, that's why her kid don't go no more, because he's telling her mom, look, I'm telling you, these older guys are. That's why this mom don't let that younger kid go. But 18-year-old, she can't tell him what to do. He can make his own decisions.
What's going on? And then you brush off the whole thing with, sure, my kid's a teenager. Why wouldn't he go to these parties?
That's really steep.
It doesn't match what you are saying.
It's very
yeah.
And
like drugs and stuff like that too?
Well, my son not particularly, but he's seen all this stuff that's been donated and given.
How's it donated? People donate drugs out there? Like they just give it to people for free or whatever?
Well, there's older guys that come, like 20 through 25.
It's a really long time since I've listened to any of the Ronnie stuff.
Remember when Huffle Puffle went up the hill, Gengar?
Did you just come out of left field with that? What?
Well,
yeah, I remember when the Huffy Puffies. Yeah.
That poor poor dog, dude.
Ryan Caller. Could use some Upchurch humor right now.
Two things. Yeah. One, it was sick of pulling her up that hill, and two, it needed a poop. Maybe it's from straining from pulling her up that his butthole was pushing out a little bit. I don't know.
Save hazmat.
Look, I've watched that video so much. Like, I'm sorry. Xaname, what's going on between them edits? I want to see you struggle with your paddle, ma'am. I want to see what goes on. I want to go see where you go kayaking over to or whatever. You know, I just want to see your whole adventure.
But I think she's almost word for word saying what Ronnie was saying.
But
also,
I look at it this way. If these people don't have nothing to hide, just release what you got, you know? It's as simple as that.
Once again, if she knows all this stuff is going on, why is she so relaxed about her kids attending these parties?
Oh, yeah, I'd be tripping on this fucking call.
She's contradicting herself with the way she's so relaxed on one hand and then condemning it on the other hand.
She's separated from it.
It doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
And they just offer free bong rips.
It's like they all live on different planets. Like nobody even in the same household lives on the same planet, you know? I don't know. They're all so disconnected talking about connectedness and
I don't know. I think she's
gateway and wellness and all this weird shit. Right. And they're all spaced the fuck out, you know?
I think she's a young adult.
Yeah,
she's really a mother.
Seems like a friend of a friend called in and was like, hey,
yeah,
I'm a parent, you know, of a 17 and 18-year-old. She's probably naming the age of one of her siblings, you know, or her siblings, or saying her age,
or
it's
just her buddy, you know? Sammy, or just her buddy,
or
Sammy.
She just making up a story that because somebody like Sammy said, hey, can you just say this? And you can see the storyline amongst the same group of connection. It's weird.
Saying the same stuff
all
Sammy did.
Inserted themselves. That all do fucky ass shit. That is a tall ass hill, dude. She was huffing up it. Anyway, let's go.
Other friend was saying that they push it. They literally and then there's kegs, so they do keg stands. There's mushrooms, there's cocaine, there's a plethora of things being thrown at innocent children that are just really they've had a really tough few years and trying to get away from it all and have a good time and go camping with their friends and not have creepy college students come raid their parties. It's really, it's messed up. So I don't know.
Once again, she's so matter of fact about the things that are apparently happening at these parties. And yet she's okay with her kids going to these parties. And she's talking about how the parties are messed up with these creepy college kids.
Katie Bug would been.
I'm really struggling with the
19?
idea of a parent who
19 and 18,
is so adamant that what's going on at these parties is really seriously wrong.
19
but
and
is
18?
at the same time
Aiden
super
was
relaxed
Daisy.
about her own kids
Daisy
going to
20.
the party. And this isn't necessarily saying
Then
that she's being dishonest.
Brayden is 2 years younger than Daisy. So it would be 18, 19, 20. So Brayden would be 18. Aiden would be 19. Daisy would be 20. Right? At the time of Kylie going missing.
I'm not sure. Brayden was the same age as Sammy. That's all I know.
So yeah, 18, 19, 20. Yeah. See, you just confirmed it for me. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Honest. It's just saying that what she's saying.
That's what I'm thinking, Miss G. It'd be really easy to tell 10 people, hey, can you call this and say this? They won't bother you because nobody's getting in trouble for nothing.
CB. You see her comment. She loves us all.
Contradictory.
I know.
And to me, I'm struggling in my head to make sense of that.
And I think another important note is the age range of kids was from 14 and then to adults age 40. And the realist, yes.
Ma'am, why aren't you calling the police then? Why isn't the police doing like if you have 40-year-olds going where a 14-year-old is partaking in hanging out with their friends, that's when you need to call the police and be like, look, we got a pedophile.
Why are you allowing your kids, 18 or not, to go? See how hypocritical this is? This is fake as shit.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many reasons why no. This
just
mom,
another
this parent
distraction.
would not be telling this in a story so disconnected from the story. Yeah,
no. As soon as she said Sammy and Ronnie, I'm like, oh man, my whole everything just melted. I was like, yep, I knew it.
This narrative is crazy town.
I ain't buying you.
Adults age 40.
40.
And the real
Hold on, we got to hear this.
And I think another
in my head.
She sounds really young too. Just listen.
And I think another important note is the age range of kids was from.
Look, this is allegedly a mother that has a 17 and an 8-year-old. Do you hear her voice? She sounds 17 or 18 herself.
She sounds like someone we know or have heard before, in my opinion.
What she's saying is contradictory. And to me, I'm struggling in my head.
Me too, Ninja.
That.
And I think another important note is the age range of kids was from 14 and then to adults age 40. And the real is, yes, I know of one particular person in particular that was 40 years old and attended the party.
Once again, pushing Ronnie's narrative. Your kids weren't there. So how about telling us how you know that this 40-year-old was at the party? Right now, it sounds like the same story that Sammy and everyone was pushing, that someone bad was there.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're saying up top here, CB, they have the big boulders up here. I know what you're talking about. There's a place here called Bear Rocks just because it's a whole bunch of bare rocks and it's where everybody goes off-roading and rips their oil pans off their vehicles and shit. It's a good time. But yeah. So the vehicles can't,
And that they told Kylie.
Crane, where'd your logo go this time? It booped and your logo disappeared.
I'm here.
Did you hear a boop?
Yep.
Okay, it booped
I heard
and your
that
logo
too.
disappeared. Your logo disappeared when it booped.
Well, walk into the trap is all I gotta say. I don't care.
They would drive her home, but they didn't. We're supposed to focus on this mystery 40-year-old and consider that they were responsible for something nefarious.
Mm-hmm.
And
telling herself.
How many people were there? Were 300 to 500. Please are minimizing what?
Girl, 500. They really just added numbers onto it. First it's 100 and then 200. They're like 300 to 400 kids. This bitch is out here adding 500. Megan's out there saying 3,000 people remember that shit, dude.
It's like the game of telephone.
Is too.
Man, are we in kindergarten whispering in a fucking circle?
They keep the main three things
in the community.
There, but they add on their own little extras.
Oh my god!
Can't get you though.
Knock it off. 500.
No, Becca, there's not.
Are they including Incline, Reno, Boca, Prosser?
You're telling me there's 500 people here and nobody saw 2 cars go in the water and a collision on the night.
A lot of stuff happened that night.
Between the hours of fucking 12:31 and fucking what time was that? 1:47. Like 3 major accidents happened, y'all.
I swear they put every scenario in the fire cam or something now.
For real, they were.
I would not put it.
Doesn't matter what time frame, and then we'll see which one we can sell to. And oh man, everybody bought the car went in the water one.
here's the car in the water, here's a car accident, there's goes
Like,
there she goes with the other one. I mean, come on, guys.
The way that car pulls up on that hillside and shines its lights down the way it does at that angle, it makes me wonder if it's not manipulation with headlights.
True.
There's definitely a collision impact, something rolling, like that's crazy. That's one big ass firework they threw.
At that one still frame, you can see the car on either its front or back. Yeah, I can't tell. You can see it flip.
Yeah, you can see it roll like this and then like kind of turn to where the headlights finally face, like it somersaults.
Yeah, it somersaults.
It literally somersaults and then slides with its headlights because you can still see
someone. Please make this make sense. Is this an accident that happened that night, or is this an accident that happened 6 months prior that Megan first showed up to? Was the first one on to respond?
Yeah,
did you guys throw in a bunch of scenarios in one fucking fire cam video?
I have no idea what's going on.
Somebody make it make sense.
A lot of things are happening, and what's crazy, okay, is do you notice in the fire cam footage that I recorded myself right from the raw data that it's not identical to what was put out there? It's a smaller party.
Yep.
It doesn't seem like as much is going on.
You can see a mass exodus in that video, but you can't in the one we watched the other night, by the way, everybody.
Yeah. You can see cars meeting up and then go driving up in and then coming back down and then meeting up and then driving over here and meeting up and then coming back.
That's the only thing.
That car it seems to go in the water awful fucking quick. You know what I mean?
That's what I was going to say. That's the only thing that leads me to some kind of validity in the one you found, because it was before they pulled it, allegedly. And it's the raw one you caught allegedly before they tampered. We know of, even though looks like it is tampered with. The footer does, but and then the one that most people put out, like SF and them, shows this max exodus and shows a car allegedly going in the water. It's completely almost different than what you have. So is that first one maybe actually what happened? I don't know. And what happened at Boca? Because I know Boca's tied to this,
right?
Anyway, sorry, I went on a tangent, guys. I get a little heated.
It makes me wonder if they got it towed that night. Because didn't people in the beginning say that tow truck guy and somebody else showed up that night?
Yep. Sure did.
Can't me hit play.
Were responsible for something nefarious.
And the accurate numbers of how many people were there were 3 to 5.
Look, y'all, for all we know, they overlaid that video. I don't know. You got 2 dates. Could be 2 overlays. I have no clue. Something lucky's going on.
And the police did not release that. We have to remind ourselves too. The private investigator that wasn't even supposed to be working, he released it, and a YouTuber. It did not come from law enforcement.
Like, y'all don't think it's weird that law enforcement hurried up and drew back when Nick Tow Truck guy came out on social media, okay? And like, then when like more information like kept coming forward, like they got quiet, and then like when they knew the autopsy, they couldn't explain it through it or answer any questions on it. That's when they were like, "Nope, we ain't doing no more. Nope, we're good. It's just an accident."
They didn't even have a press conference then. They had that.
And we have screenshots of where they said they were going to do a press conference to cover the autopsy, and it never happened. But didn't we say in the beginning, it's a press conference that's never going to come because they're never going to be able to explain the autopsy. And they can't. They can't. Other than to look at it that she didn't drown. So what happened?
Is some misinformation about how many
and why that fucking picture exists.
And Sleepy.
But I'm more concerned with because it looked like she's half submerged in water. Like, I don't see these kids as a prank, all of them getting together and being like, we're going to go sink your car and stage it, or sink a car and stage it and make you, you know what I mean? They're not going to set up that. Them kids are not going to do that. You know, Kylie's going to be laying still with her car, with her head half in water and letting them play puppet cup with her. No, kids are not doing that for Snapchat views or TikToks and shit like that. Nope. I want to know why that picture exists in general.
For evidence.
And then to especially release it around a time that you did and then try to pull it like you didn't. I mean, you see, I see the little cries for help. I do. I see them. I see them.
They had to document it so they can hold it on each other, and they had to prove what they did.
Say
in my
what?
opinion.
I'm sorry.
They had to document it.
Yeah, so that they had dirt on each other.
Yes.
That's why the one person
And
that's helping put the car in the water took pictures of the other people in the far distance. That way, if anything, like they all get into, you're taking each other's names to jail, or you're
or and also to prove to whoever that they did what they did. Yeah, it's really how I feel about that.
Yep.
And put it in their back pocket to hold against each other.
I'd like to know how Jagger found that car and what type of title it was and all that, you know? Just curious about things. Got questions. Jagger, is that car you bought with the CRV with sunroof? Has it got a damaged title, or what is it?
Campgrounds where there's just small 50-person parties everywhere.
So our title.
Oh.
So just giving you more of a sense of what happens up here.
Police did say that they spoke to several hundred children who had attended.
They said 100. We've confirmed 100 youth and adults that were at this party is what they said, actually. That's what they said. Not hundreds, just 100. They confirmed. Mm-hmm.
That they spoke to several hundred children who had attended the
100.
party.
You see how this lady's playing a phone game already? There's two things already that she really fucking amped that number up a little bit, you know? It's crazy town.
That they spoke to several hundred children who had attended the party. So
if you're going to lie, the first thing you don't want to do is over-exaggerate like that.
In saying 300 to 500, I think 500 is possibly a little bit of an exaggeration. But at the same time, I also question this notion of there being multiple parties with only 50 kids here and there. When we hear other
No, it's like 20, 30 kids here and there.
That are supposed to make.
There's possibly 50 to 100 people in the campsite. But y'all are telling us that it was a gathering at the sanctuary, you know? Okay, and then this is... Damn, dude.
Make us think that there
I like
was
all these
a
pictures,
huge
too.
Party somewhere. Perhaps the party was spread out. But I personally have trouble imagining it.
CB, on this picture, is Hobart Mills off to the left, or is this across the peninsula, and the left side is where Prosser Dam is? If you go right, you go down Prosser Dam and you go to Boca. Which one is it, CB? I don't think this is Hobart Mills. I think this is Zanime parked across the water side, but up a little bit further. I could be wrong. What do you think, Crane? Or you fall asleep?
I'm here. I'm reading.
I'm not sure what side of water this is.
I can't tell you there.
I can't tell if it's Hobart Mills side or if it's Prosser Dam goes to Boca side, Zanime side. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell.
I'm reading chat to see if anyone.
Okay.
As a bunch
see
of
if there's
isolated parties. Although that said.
No, Becca, Jess, what I think happened is she got a criminal defense lawyer because what they're designed to do is avoid you from having to take a polygraph test. All you have to do is have a motor mouth put out there. Oh, yeah, she was grilled for blah, 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 when she was the only person that wasn't grilled, probably. That's just my opinion. But that's what you get a criminal defense lawyer for, so you don't have to take a polygraph. You have to talk to the lawyer. You know? That's just my take on it. I'm not by any chance of fucking by any means am I a fucking lawyer or professional. But if I'm not wrong, then cool.
Bunch of separate, isolated parties. Although that said,
do you not get a criminal defense lawyer so that you can avoid taking a polygraph, right?
Me? I don't know about that. I don't think so.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you commit a crime to where they want a polygraph, if you get a criminal defense lawyer, like, they can swindle you out of one. Especially if you're that young and get a deal and you're willing to, I don't know, possibly rat out your dealer that's already in a little bit of trouble, really hang them, you know?
if the
like smear
party that
campaigns and
Sammy
shit.
is referring to was only 50 odd kids, then she should have known
they get dirt on each other for when they need other people to go down for their get heat off them. They got that, you know.
every single person.
Hey, Shan. CB
What?
said that it is. Did you see what she said?
No, I'm sorry.
She said left is Hobart.
Okay, so this is
way left.
Hobart Mills would be like over in this area. So this is across the water. This isn't. This is like
way left. She said.
Yeah, this is not quite the boat ramp, right?
That looks like where the river flows into Prosser Lakeside Campground. Would be directly left of the pine trees.
Yeah. Okay. All right, then I am. Okay.
Yay.
So then this road goes out and connects here, and then Hobart Mills is way over here. Okay. All right, I see it now.
She should have been able to identify every single person.
Y'all, I got gamer's thumb. It hurts.
That
but
was
I'm gonna play
there.
some more, probably.
They should be able to say precisely what happened to Kylie.
I guess.
Damn.
I know.
That's crazy. The 40-year-olds rolled up over there. Wow.
And yeah, there are no cameras. It's just raw land. And
another important part of the narrative.
Look, is it true that 40-year-old men are going to parties where young kids are? Because law enforcement, you got a problem then. You really need to crash these parties or look out for these kids or something, you know?
Right.
Crazy. This is crazy that law enforcement ain't doing nothing. I mean, first off, you got kids partying underage. Then you got creepy men coming to. I mean, these kids throw ragers, y'all. They're already ready by the time they go in college, you know? That's the professional rager parties, you know?
It's just raw land. And
another important part of the narrative that we've already been given from Megan and Sammy. There were no cameras. This is something that obviously is really important for us to know.
They got hundreds and thousands of pictures, remember?
There's nothing to see here, folks.
Pictures and videos.
For miles, hundreds of miles. So it would be hard. But yeah, there are no cameras. It's just raw land. And
another important part of the narrative.
For hundreds of miles and miles. What?
Megan and Sammy.
Why is she lying to me right now?
There were no cameras. This is something that obviously is really
goes on to
important
say
for us to know.
hundreds of miles and miles.
There were no cameras. There's nothing to see here, folks.
For miles and hundreds of miles. So it would be hard. But my concern is, the water, that her phone is off.
There is no cameras, but meanwhile, there's one right there, 2 miles down the road.
Right? There's cameras everywhere.
There's a fucking fire cam 2.5 miles across on a hill, and then 4 miles on another hill. And it's still picking it all up. That's crazy. That's crazy. You ain't got no ring cams or I don't know, cameras at a party. There's
so much water around. Yeah, I guess.
It could be nothing, but I find it interesting that she's linked her phone being off.
Yep, Becca.
With there being so much water around. We know that location sharing
what I thought,
was
okay,
turned off.
Thank you, honey. Thank you.
At 12:03. We know that the final signal from that phone was 12:33. That's roughly exactly 30 minutes.
like in front of this tree a little bit to the right a little bit is you would look and you would see the far waters where Prosser Dam is. And if you turn to like 3 o'clock from this tree, you would see the canal. Like Kylie Point is directly behind us.
You know, that of iPhone.
What?
I agree with Scottsdale's comment.
I don't see Scottsdale.
They said
you guys keep saying there's a Scottsden. I see it. Okay, I see it.
Scottsden. Sorry, got a good point there.
Who was the kid that had a damaged car with red hair cap on video, revving up his car? I know. Like, cha-cha-cha.
Yep.
That guy. Cha-cha-cha-cha.
Yep.
That guy. Mm-hmm.
We got his name somewhere.
And that's crazy how the impact on the front of Kylie's car has that straight bar. Could a car be hit so that damage is done just to the hood like that? If the vehicle was way bigger with weight to it, could it hit it to where it would straight bar the bumper or straight bar the hood, cause a head impact? So remember, she had a wound on the side of her head. Remember that? In the autopsy, there was discoloration that nobody wanted to pay attention to. Could she have hit a windshield and then that car flipped? You see what I'm saying? Flipped. Could have landed on its hood, and that's why it's got all the damage on the roof and shit. You ever notice that one video that Jagger was real into, and it was them doing slideshows in the middle of a road, and a car like wrecks and it slams right into a hospital?
Yep.
You see the way that car barrel rolls?
Uh-huh.
Look, I think Jagger liked a lot of shit for a reason. He put a lot of stuff out for a reason. I think they're hidden messages. I really do. Just my opinion. It's my opinion only. Based on information that's out. What's up, babe?
I said I want to believe that as well. Want to. I hope so.
No, I don't hope either which way, but because no matter which way, Kylie's into her story, what leads to her death is not, I mean,
right. You're right.
It's not, like, no matter what. And for me, knowing that Kylie didn't die peacefully in her home of old age, of natural causes, I mean, do you think she was at peace with her death? Because I don't feel it. I don't see it. And then given the shit show mockery that they did of her name, and then blame the victim, the dead girl, blame Kylie. And then you look at the fire cam footage. You look at all the information that's been released. You look at that autopsy and toxicology. You look at all this information, and you're like, but this victim didn't do that to themselves, but all these people that don't want to be blamed for it are like, no, she did it to herself, y'all. But listen, Linda. Let me tell you another lie, And they think if they get enough people that call in on YouTube shows that law enforcement isn't confirming or denying or any of those things, it can't be tied to law enforcement helping cover this up. Because,
I do think, though, I have to say, I do think Kylie's at peace. I think she brought us all together for a reason. And I think that she is a hell of a bright light. And
I don't think
she's just not going to stop trying to get justice. I think she's trying to expose multiple things at once.
Yes.
I truly do. And I think that's her mission. And she's brought, I think she's at peace with our Lord, but I think she's doing some magic with him.
Her death only amplified her spirit and her powers. Yep. That's the way I look at it. But at the same time, like, she's not at rest. You know what I mean? Like, she's still doing this work because
She needs her
things
justice.
need to change. Things need, well, and not only that, like, it's also, if Kylie gets her justice, that means laws will be required to change. Which means this will not keep happening. These cover-ups won't keep happening. These deaths with, you know what I mean, reeking of definitely not self-unaliving. Like, there's so many stories like Kylie's and Michael's and Trinity's. Like, there's so many of them. She's exposed hella trafficking for so many people. You know, made us aware of where these people, what region these people like to own properties and estates on, and vacation homes, and, you know, getaways. Makes you pay attention.
For 30 minutes,
I just want the truth for her. That's all I want.
I just find it interesting that the most logical idea when it comes to the phone would be that it had perhaps gone dead and the battery had run.
Is where you got all them cars doing all that weird shit, and around the time frame that the location of the phone turns off, you got people meeting up and doing this like weird panicking, like methodically thought out. It's weird. It's weird.
Flat, given that Sammy was talking about them going back and forth to charge her phone.
Yeah, remember?
And yeah.
Remember, Sammy said they kept going back and forth, back and forth? Was it between Prosser Family Campground and Waterfront? Like, what's...
Or Boca to Prosser to all over in Prosser?
Or was it from Prosser Family Campground to down by Prosser Ranch Group? Like, you say all this back and forth trying to charge her phone. Well, her location was turned off at... That's what's crazy, Sammy, is her location on her phone turned off before you left, honey. There's the hole in your alibi. Think about it. There's the hole in her alibi right there.
Well, yeah, she was there when her 360 went off.
Yes.
Oopsie.
Why does this keep doing this?
This woman immediately jumps to the idea that there's lots of water around, so perhaps the phone went in the water.
Dude, Becca, and what's really crazy is the fact that they peed there and no dogs picked up the scent of Kylie. Not her urine, not, nothing. No vomit, no walking around. The fight they had, there's no scent. Is that why they said a fight? Like, is the fight the lie so that they could cover up if the head trauma would come back on something? You see what I'm saying? They could blame it on an accidental Fight Club fight. And it could have really just been a car accident. Who's at fault? Because it's really weird. If it was just a car accident that Kylie Rodney caused, they would come out and say, yes, there was a collision between this party and Kylie Rodney. Kylie was at fault. She tragically lost her life, and we would move on.
Yep.
See, and there was none of that.
Nope.
You could have, based on a fire cam, made a valid, like, you could have made your timeline line up with an actual accident, a collision that happens on the fire cam. And you just got too much going on in that fire cam footage at this point for me to even buy your all. It's triple narratives at this point. Everywhere is a triple narrative, even in a fucking fire cam.
It is. It is.
It all is. The whole story.
Like
every
fucking
story
joke too that they pick 3.
Is like one sentence with double narratives. Multiple people coming out on the YouTube streets only, not through LE, not news media, not none of those things, like Nick Tow Truck Guy and all these, Megan and all these people. None of these people were interviewed by media. That's the craziest shit I ever heard. You ever see some of these people on news media that become memes, songs get made out of them because of the shit that they've told the news, because of some shit that they saw or heard or whatever?
Not in Truckee. The people that call in, they don't go to these parties. They only know someone typically. They only call into YouTube.
There. And those kids that of the friend of the family of the sister of the brother, cousin, sister, mother, You know,
it's so
that
obvious,
person's
you
kids,
guys.
but they weren't there. You know, they just know about
Smack
these parts.
in our faces.
Yeah. The truth is right there.
Special kind of hell for these people. Excuse me.
And then you got Mr. Respironic guy, you know. You got
and then we got SF. It's like a cartoon. It's so I have to laugh, otherwise I scream. Sorry, Shannon.
Yeah, it is. It's like a real tripped out cartoon.
Like I said,
and I hate that I have to look at Kylie's case like with that type of. And it is just it's bullfuckery. When like the truth is right there. There's wounds on Sammy. Something happened to Kylie that night where she died. I don't know if they kept her alive. You know, you got a dude that's a lung therapist. They used to work at fucking St. Mary's and shit. They claim he was a referee there. Was he called in as an EMT to deal with an accident? I don't know. I really don't know. Then he did all up the place.
Yep.
And then started diving.
Makes you wonder.
Diving to try to make himself feel better. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, man, but it's trippy as fuck. I want the truth for Kylie. Is it possible that those low roaring whispers, like, what
did you just say? What did you just say? I don't know. You just crack me up.
I'm just mumbling. I'm just saying how I feel. I'm stoned as shit.
I love it. No, it's good. It's frustrating. We have to be like this. Otherwise, I'm gonna cry or scream, or that's why I get my little spurts where I start going off.
The thing of it is like no matter which way I look at it, like what did they do? Like, did they victim blame so much that the mom was finally like, fine, okay, whatever. I know there's nothing I can do. They're gonna blame my child that it's all her fault, and I'm a terrible mother because I let her go to this party and drink underage. Like, that's what I wonder, because then you look at the autopsy and the mom calling bullshit on her candles and making mermaid bags, y'all. Mermaid. Which is implying I call bullshit on that autopsy unless my daughter is a fucking mermaid. Because she didn't have no water in her lungs. What'd she do? Drown on air? Is she a fish out of water? Like, I see what her mom's doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes me wonder, like, I mean, look what Sammy does. Look what these kids get away with. Is it too hard to believe that 2 to 4 kids, 5 kids, all got in a car accident and they agreed to just victim blame? Because that's what it looks like to me. Because then Megan say it's just a tragic accident. And then she makes fun of her that they put her in the water. Like, that's what's fucked up, y'all. Like, that's what's so fucked up about some of these people. You know?
Just, the night that we see
the victim, then they mock her. And there's nothing you can do about it, is what they say afterwards, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All cocky and shit.
I know you hold a spot for the mom, but I just, Shanna, I cannot put myself there.
I don't understand how she could agree with it.
I can't. I just don't. I can't. I'm sorry.
I see all the messages. I just don't understand, like, what would make people, unless they got some hella dirt on you. Like, I understand Jared's situation.
CB and SF.
Come on.
You know, it's just like the freaking, it's just like the topper. It's like, God, you give us him too?
Right? All the people we got, the whole fucking
in this case.
It is a cartoon. It's a free fucking cartoon. It's like a cartoon at the circus.
You used to say it was a circus with clowns walking around with 2 left shoes on back in the day.
If Kylie's story was a fucking hotel, it would be Circus in Las Vegas. Because there's all kinds of shit going on all at once. You got arcades, you got a casino, you got acrobats tumbling in the air, you got fucking little ride coasters you can go on in that bitch. Like, so much is going on in there.
There's some dark stuff over there. Dark.
Man,
Becca,
already?
I believe that could be a possibility, but still, I don't know. That could be a possibility. It could be something so deep that they have it against her.
Or was in a car accident and they're trying to make it seem like a fight was the cause. I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is Kylie Rodney was not breathing when she entered that water. That's why she has no water in her lungs. And there's also something going on one side of her. And then it also makes me wonder, would impact make you re-break your wrist or cause damage to it since it's kind of fresh? You see what I'm saying? I'm just wondering, asking for a friend. You know, her name's Kylie Rodney. She just wants some justice and truth out of this. She knows the truth to what happened to her. And why it nags at me, I don't know. Because if you think about it, this is no skin off my back. There is just something about Kylie Rodney's story that has opened my eyes to so many stories in the Tahoe region that seem to have the same, I don't know, smells like a cover-up pattern.
Yep. And that little girl,
no investigation was done. It was easier to blame the victim, throw them on some railroad tracks, blame it on themselves. You know, throw them in some water, blame it on themselves. Throw them in the middle of the woods in the shape of a 4, blame it on them. I don't know, find them at a truck stop, blame it on them. See what I'm saying? See the pattern?
And Kylie just, I think she grabbed a hold of all of our heartstrings, and it was just like, that's it. That is it.
And now I want justice for so many people. I want the laws to change. I want law enforcement to do better for these people, for these families, and I want them to honor these fucking victims. Do your fucking job. Or leave the fucking force for somebody else to do what law enforcement should be doing. What investigators and detectives and sheriffs should be doing. What coroners should be doing. What medical examiners. Hell, at this point, some of your county officials. Y'all felling these people for profit. That's sick as fuck. That's illegal.
White Rain, that's a good comment.
What? Yeah, who's to say that somebody didn't fight and they didn't park her car there steadily and somebody didn't, I don't know,
deliberately push it?
Deliberately, I don't know, hit her car.
Sure looked like that car that was coming down towards it. Her car was going quite fast, didn't it? Shan?
Sure does. Just
like
something's very
quick. I don't know.
I don't know if it's out of order. I don't know. Just, and it's crazy that everything about Kylie's case, there's something fucky going on in it. You know, in the last known photo of not Kylie Rodney, some weird shit going on there. Nick Tow Truck Guy, something weird going on there. Sammy Smith, something definitely weird going on there. The fact that Max is saying she was only there for 10 minutes, something weird going on there. You know? Ronnie, fake Ronnie, red flag Ronnie, all them Ronnies, Milo Miro, Megan,
Felicia Singh, SF,
Singh,
Check
Jen,
it, Anime, Tony Dodge.
Yes. It only takes a handful of people to pull off.
Austin.
And then you reach out to your PR friends, media, and you sell the story. And the crazy thing is people that are from that region, when they get into politics, they kind of tell on the region that they're all from because the same patterns are happening in the regions that they're from.
Oh, Scottsdale, there's some people up there that can afford this. They have connections into the deep 3 letters.
Money ain't no, the money is no, it's nothing to them. It's chump change. The
like
money
deep CIA kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or FBI don't mean shit.
The millions that are involved in this, like the 3.5 million is more than covering what, and then they profit off of it. You know what I mean? They make good money off this shit. And then not only is that's advertising for people to come. Not only visit, you know, the Donner Party. Now you get the Rodney Party.
Good question, Liberty and Justice. It was anonymous. $25,000 donation, as far as we know.
Yeah, that $25,000 donation. I wonder if it's not from, I don't know, Sammy's parents. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to know who it's from. Is it from the Hembricks? That's something the law could know. The courts would know. They could find out. They could have subpoena all that. All that data would tell on all of them.
I mean,
look,
Lindsay is holding that money, Shan. Fraudulently holding that money, the GoFundMe.
And that's what I'm saying. They're all they all got dirt on each other, so nobody. That's what I'm saying. Even if Lindsay wanted to tell, she can't. They got so much dirt on her from the second she allowed her daughter to go to that party and stay out late. Then you got the GoFundMe. Yeah, that's why she's not on that fucking lawsuit against Ryan Upchurch, because she fucked that up. It's just crazy to me that how that lawsuit has like people like Zaname and fucking Ikenmel, and you know what I mean? I've never seen a lawsuit have that many different YouTubers on it. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
It's like they all knew each other.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's like they all got together and were like, yeah, let's go after Ryan Upchurch. Oh, man. I just wonder why Sammy isn't, filing any lawsuits. You know what I mean? You would think by now.
Don't forget, this is an account from someone who apparently had nothing to do with the parties. Her boys, if they exist, weren't at the parties. She wasn't at the party.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the call. That's kind of. What do you think? You think? What are you saying? Do you think somebody did something to her, or just no? She just got. You said like, what? You think she crashed out there, or got somewhere lost?
Yeah, they should be back up.
No, from what I was told by another son, his friend of his girlfriend.
That's what I'm saying, Becca. Like, if I were the family, I would be going after my county, my city, and the state. You're not telling me that prosecution wouldn't eat up on this. I don't understand why nobody in the family is going after any of that. I understand that the Truckee Way has their own laws, that for some weird reason that all these cities and towns in California think they're like the Republic of California, and that they've broken away and they've seceded from the United States, and that they somehow safe from federal laws, but they're really not. I promise you they're not. They are definitely a part of the United States federal court system. And what they are doing is illegal. It is fraud on many levels. Many levels. And all I really want is the truth for Kylie Rodney. I'm still going to focus on all these other cases as well in the Tahoe region, because something is not right with all of these cases. I'm sorry. How somebody stabbed themselves 18 times? You know what I mean? And really went all out to blame the victim. This man stabbed himself in a violent fashion with all these weird, sounds like bite marks on him. There's blood everywhere. And in the writing of the crime scene, it says that it looked like it was like a ritual was done. You're telling me this man sacrificed himself? He got superpowers and was able to stab himself through his ribs, y'all. His ribs and puncture his lungs 10 times. 10 times 18. You know what I mean? Think about that. Imagine trying to stab yourself. Okay, I don't care how mad you are at yourself, how much you want to die. You're not with a turn. How are you stabbing yourself with a twist to boot? You know what I mean? If you're no, you're not. 8. Can you imagine 10 times through the rib cage? Nope, you're not. You're not doing it.
Shan, do you have the autopsy? Did someone FOIA the information, or is
Michael Younger's? No, it's all like they aired the family aired it all out. All they want is his case to be investigated. That's all they're begging for, is a proper investigation. Not he did it to himself, suicide. Look at all these people in everyone accounts that they're claiming they commit suicide on railroad tracks, threw themselves in and shit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same pattern here. Somebody killed Kylie or promoted to the death of Kylie Rodney. It's still manslaughter.
Yep.
And a group of people conspired to cover up a crime. And then people came forward and obstructed justice out of the kindness of their heart to protect the kids. Somebody asked them to, or because they wanted a little bit of clout. I don't know. Just seems like I touched base with all the reasons why they came to YouTube.
That's
Maybe.
You know, Aaron just sorry. Aaron said something really good too. That just crossed my my head earlier. Why would Pap say, if you find the car, you'll find her?
Yep. Find Kylie. I don't know. It feels like they're all in on it. I'm sorry.
If you find the car, you'll find her. So what happened to the car, David?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if they're not in on it, then you need to yell from the rooftops what's going on here. Okay.
You know, if they all got together, there's so many people in their community that are amazing individuals that I pray for every night.
Mm-hmm.
They would have support beyond what they had at that 2 years ago, 19 months ago. They would have a real loving community that would help them fight for justice.
You'd have justice for Kylie. You'd have closure. You'd have laws changed, people behind bars, and a difference made.
Yes.
Nothing
White Rain
has gotten better since Kylie.
I mean, White Rain says, wasn't it said that she was a disgrace to the family? We can't find Grandpa saying that anywhere that she was embarrassed them.
I'll talk about do you remember, but I won't say for solid fact. Yes. Like, even if it's something that I remember reading, which sucks if I've seen it with my own two eyes. Like, I can say, yeah, I saw it with my own two eyes. Couldn't tell you where it's at because I don't have the proof. But I'm sure the proof is out there. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. I really don't know, CB. It's really odd to me that nobody has told the truth for Kylie. They all want us to believe that she drunkenly drove herself in that water. I mean, there's something happens, an impact happens at 147. If somebody could, awesome, if you could fucking just explain that. I don't care who it is. SF, you want to explain it away? Go right ahead. Zanime, you want to explain it away? Megan, if you want to give it a shot, you can go right ahead, girl. I'll listen. That I'll listen to. If you want to explain away why in the fire cams that everybody try to push on us, the fire cams prove that a car went in the water. Well, why do the fire cams also prove that there's a collision and a car flips and rolls and goes down on yonder? Zanme, right where you walked up after you kayaked over what we thought was Kylie's car, you know? You like, why'd you go up there at that police tape where you weren't supposed to go? Because if you went on the other side, if you pulled up there, like, which is weird because then you got the picture of you sitting in somebody's vehicle at the boat ramps. That's what's crazy.
Yep.
That's what's real crazy.
Kind of looks like SF.
Yeah. The more I look at it, yeah. Kind of does.
Girlfriends attended the party, and
I was told this by another son.
Oh, Rebecca, we love you.
Who I've just introduced to the narrative, but I didn't mention earlier in the piece. And he has more knowledge of the party than my two sons who I originally mentioned, because he...
That Kylie wasn't around guest or vice versa. I mean, if I'm not trying to be on a mom's side here, but if I had a lodge, I would advise my young daughter, because people are weird and strangers are coming in, be cautious and just stay clear of, you know, weird people that come in, because you don't know. You don't know when people are going to snap. You don't know what people do, what type of secrets they have. You know, And I would advise my guests to please don't bother my young child. That's my opinion on that. That's my approach as a mother.
His girlfriend's friend's brother or whatever it was at the party. Also,
wait, did something happen and that's why she had battled the elements to her job at Chai Tea Bristol Lodge? I don't know what that means.
She referred to another son, not my other son. Okay, to me, that says that this is an invented person. She's distancing herself. She's not saying.
Yeah, he was outside when he said it. He was at the water.
But when you refer to someone as a son in this context, wouldn't you think she's referring to her own son? You would either say someone else's son or a friend of my son. Or
yeah, I thought it was like an audio clip and he was standing outside of his trailer. I don't know. I would love to know where that clip went because I don't remember reading an article. It was like, I don't know. I feel like I heard it. You know, I don't know. I really don't know.
My son, not another son. I am having trouble believing that this person was legitimately who they said they were.
She said they used to stand around in these circles and they pass the bong around.
I'm glad that I documented some of the Anna Marin stuff from Medium because that's another chunk of stuff that disappeared off the internet too.
Mm-hmm.
She had like the timeline, the celebration of life, which is weird yet again.
Yep.
You notice how everything that has, I don't know.
Yes, Wendy, we do think that her theories do coincide with this, and that is kind of part of the honor in silence, at least for myself.
Say what? Say that again.
In the comment section, Wendy was asking about prophetic forensics theory with the Freemason, and I say yes, I do. I agree with it because they're sworn to secrecy.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing.
It's no joke.
Yeah, it's no joke. Like the family keeps secrets. You know, the community keeps secrets. The Truckee way, whatever you want to call it, keeps secrets.
Yep.
It's
definitely like Freemason. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
It's a pact. It's a pact. No surprises. Isn't that rule 1 of the Truckee way? That's so sickening, dude. It's like Fight Club. I hate it. I fucking hate it, dude.
I do too. Makes my stomach.
It becomes more and more obvious. You know what I mean, Crane? More and more obvious. And I think this is why they wanted us to get off of it as quick as possible so we wouldn't start seeing. I mean, Kylie shines a brilliant fucking light on so many things did Kylie expose. And I see why everybody wants to shh about it. I can't do that. Sorry, I can't do it.
Shan Aaron rephrased her sentence real quick for you.
Okay, that was supposed to say, did something happen and that's why she had to battle the elements to get to her job at town. Oh, dude, I just heard a man. Was that on your end? Please tell me that
No, I didn't hear a man.
I just did.
Was it me? Did I like go?
Nope.
What did
I mean, unless you roboted into a really deep fucking voice. No.
No, I did not.
That was really odd.
So yeah, Aaron, that's a great point though, because she did battle the elements. Like she drove through all that, just to get up there, and why she didn't work at the lodge.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what, Mrs. G? I think prophetic forensics has your answer.
Yeah.
I think she does.
Yeah, you should definitely watch prophetic forensic, Miss G.
Yep.
I know a lot of it is very heavy for people that aren't. But I feel, Miss G, because you have the knowledge that you do, I think you watch her stuff though. Yeah, see, Miss G heard it too. It was definitely a male's voice.
There were pictures of rituals at the Lost Trail Lodge. Those are gone. So that night when we watched the video of the celebration of life, or looked at pictures, I think we all kind of came to an understanding. But I highly recommend going to that channel if you you know, like Shan said, if you're comfortable with it. But she's
dude,
amazing.
I really liked her last. Oh my god, dude,
she's really good. I'm just telling you, it will come together. I mean, I just go ahead, hon.
Dude, y'all,
gives me chills.
No, all I'm gonna do is brag about my fucking candles. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, the candles you got right for
I'm
today?
lighting birthday candles and light with Kylie. So that's dude, these amethyst garden candles smell lovely.
Look at you. She's like a candy store.
I am, dude. I love the smell of all these flavors. Like this one.
Look at her.
Fuck, dude. I'm sorry. Look, this is what I do in the store, and Phoenix just keeps like looking at me and rolling his eyes. And he's like,
I do it too.
Like, you smell the
sniffer
fucking candle, and I'm like, no, man, I gotta pick the right flavor for the occasion, you know? Because I always like different scents.
Yep.
I don't know. I got like 30 candles up in this mug, and I just keep, you know, once a candle starts getting low, I'm like, oop, I need a. This smells like. Oh man, this is pretty. What's this candle say the flavor is? Let's see.
I love how you say flavor. I do that.
Y'all, my eyes are so bad. Oh no, they're Chesapeake Bay candle collection, so I got a steal on this bitch. It doesn't say what flavor it is, y'all. It smells like, I don't know, it just smells like otherworldly. It smells like a fairy tale. I don't know. It smells really good. It's really odd that it doesn't say like what flavor it is. You know how usually they hold on, I'm gonna pull this all warning, you'll burn yourself. Yeah, I understand it's Chesapeake Bay candle, but what flavor are you, ho? It's gonna bother me. Product of Chesapeake Bay. How many times are they gonna tell me this is from fucking Chesapeake Bay? They really selling this label, but don't tell me what flavor it is. Amethyst Garden. I don't know. It smells.
That's it. Amethyst
Garden.
Garden.
I think I am honestly gonna go back and buy all these candles, and I think I'm gonna send you like one or two.
No.
Why not? These are dirt ash cheap candles, bro.
Because you got to get my package first. You didn't. I'll message you.
I'll do what I want. You're gimp, so you got an excuse to be slowed down. You know.
I am so slow.
No, I'm definitely going to buy the rest of these candles. I don't care if there's fucking 10 there. I'll buy $50 in fucking candles. You bet I won't.
Same, CB. Same.
Dude, because I get really pissed, and I'm like getting to the point where like I've been buying multiples of things. Like I got 2 of these candles because look. I hate when I go somewhere and they have like a bulk stock of something that's just a limited run of whatever.
I know.
Because Ollie's, I don't know if you know what Ollie's is.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I love shopping at Ollie's. I get a lot of shit there. I love Ollie's. I even get my cases of energy drinks there because that's what's up. And these candles, I need to buy them all.
Everything's more expensive in California, Mrs. G.
Yeah, fuck California.
She's like, they're Canada, like $12 to $15 here.
2 states that I am not even, or 2 places that I don't even like their prices. California and Canada. Y'all can fuck off with your prices. California, just because it's California, and Canada with all them taxes, dude, your shit's already outrageously priced. Then you got to throw an 11% tax on all that shit. Then if it's just the right thing, when you come back through the fucking border, you got to pay tax on it. So you try to hide it in your luggage. Are you saying it's a gift?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No. I'm a very good bargain shopper.
I could smell candles all day too.
Me too.
I love Sniffy Snifferton. Sniffy Sniffer.
I love going to fucking Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I love sniffing candles.
Sniff.
Waxes, that place, yep. Dude, some of that shit though, like you hate when you get like a really ucky smell and it smells like old ass lady.
Yeah.
Or like an old lady in a shower smell.
That's when I grab the one that I just liked real fast and sniff it.
I'm real cautious about
hi, Rebecca.
My smeller.
Thank you. I love you, sweetheart.
Oh, her hand looks terrible, but she's on her road to I hope she recovers from that because that looks terrible.
I'm like, when can I start, doing stuff? It's like, no,
Girl,
not for at
one hell
least a
of an
month.
incision. Yeah,
I know.
I'll be doing a little bit longer than that. That's your hand, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going back to work for a hot minute either.
No. Nope. Gotta be able to use my hands.
That sucks. I would not get the other one.
All right.
All right, let's get
or whatever drugs are going around. And a guy kept asking girls specifically to drive them home. Like, oh, you look a little too wasted. Can I drive you home?
Dude, it's like
lady.
the phone game, dude. It is like the phone game.
It
Crazy.
is.
I hate it. It is like the
Knock
phone
it
game,
off.
dude.
I know we just listened to this, but I'm picking up more parts that I didn't register
hear
before.
Yeah, you gotta listen to this shit a couple times. These people really fucking feeding a fucking narrative, aren't they? Sheesh.
Or whatever drugs are going around. And
bitch, you gotta roll that beautiful teen footage back.
Girlfriend's friend's brother or whatever it was at the party.
My
also
girlfriend's sister's brother's uncle's little brother.
For real. Another son, not my other son.
Everybody knows nobody. Nobody was at the party. Like this shit's insane.
This person on the phone sounds familiar.
I know. I can't pinpoint it. I feel like I've heard this voice before.
Or whatever it was at the party. Also, she referred to another son, not my other son. Okay, to me, that says that this is an invented person. She's distancing herself. She's not saying that's her son. But when you refer to someone
I'm
as
gonna
a
play
son
today's video
in
Anna.
this context,
we got to get through this
wouldn't
one
you
first.
think she's referring to her
I'm
own
still,
son?
so it's all good.
You would either say someone else's son, or a friend of my
30
son,
more minutes. We'll be good.
or my son, not another son. I am having trouble believing that this person was legitimately who they said they were.
She said you stand around in these circles and they pass the bong around or whatever drugs are going around. And a guy kept asking girls specifically to drive them home. Like, oh, you look a little too wasted. Can I drive you home? And she reported this to the police. So they have these types of stories.
He was an older guy?
Oh. Was it Sammy? No, that was Mags. Mags reported to the police that they were forcing her to take bong rips, y'all.
I thought you were talking about Sammy being the older guy asking if he could drive people home. With their horse hair.
Did you say with their horse hair? What?
I got the giggles. Sorry.
No, this isn't the lady that MC ran. The woman that MC ran at the bank. I think that was Stacy. I don't think this is Stacy. Say what? Would you say
it
horse
was?
hair? Is that what you said?
I said horse. Horse hair.
Party.
His voice.
Also, she referred to another son, not my other son. Okay, to me, that says that this is an invented person. She's distancing herself. She's a son. You would either say having trouble.
They pass the bong around or whatever drugs are going around. And a guy kept asking girls specifically to drive them home. Like, oh, you look a little too wasted. Can I drive you home? And she reported this to the police. So they have these types of stories.
He was an older guy?
And there you have it. There's your some other dude that we were waiting for. And this is exactly the same as Sammy's narrative. That I'm scared, or whatever it was she said, that someone offered to take Kylie home and they didn't take Kylie home. Now we're going a little bit further with it and saying, well, this dude was hanging about when people were taking bongs and saying, you look like you need someone to take you home. Let me take you home. Even if someone was doing this, we know enough about Kylie to know that she would never, ever have allowed was doing this.
No. Did you say something about horses?
What, hun? I said horsehair is what I said.
Yeah, you did say horsehair. Okay.
I did, because the one time you were on a live, you talked about how coarse her hair was, and you called it horsehair.
I mean,
it is kind of coarse, hair horse.
We know enough about Kylie to know that she would never, ever have allowed some strange dude to drive her home. This really does sound like a direct effort to steer our attention away from Sammy. No, it wasn't Sammy. It was some other dude. It was this older guy.
Could this be one of Sammy's best friends calling in?
I think someone she knows for sure.
I mean, it really seems like it to me.
Right. That's where I was kind of going with this.
That's why I'm horsehair.
I don't know why I have the giggles. Stop. Yeah. Once I start, sometimes I can't stop. So Shan knows it. What are you doing, Shan?
I'm trying to get my phone brightness to work. I don't know why my phone's not charging properly now either. Dude.
Your face. You got so excited. What did you
I gotta put something in private chat.
Sound like a direct effort to steer our attention away from Sammy. No, it wasn't Sammy. It was some other dude. It was this older guy who was offering to drive people home. Of course, given that we now know that Kylie was found in her vehicle in the reservoir, that tells us that this whole narrative was a pile of bullshit anyway.
Yeah, well, he was in his mid-20s probably.
Offering girls rides home.
Yep. And offering free drugs. So. And so in another typical situation, like I know there's a lot of judgment out there. Is like, how could you let your kids go do that? And my son came home and told me he wanted to go. And normally it's 50 kids out there, and they stay in their cars, they sleep in their cars, they have some beer, and it's a normal teenage thing. This particular party, as you know from the cousins, was advertised a month ahead of time. It had Reno, it had North Tahoe, it had Truckee, it had Sacramento, it had the Bay Area. So it was absurd. And he came home from work and he asked if he could go. And he started talking about how many people would be there. And that was a warning sign for me. I said, no.
Seriously, you're okay with your son going out there where he can be given free drugs, where there's kegs, where you're happy for him to go out and have beers and then crash at the party. But the concern for you was that there was probably going to be more people than usual. Does anyone else see the contradiction in this? And can I point out too that she has once again brought up the whole Ronnie story with the cousins and saying that the invites had been out for a month. It makes me question if this actually is another individual from the same group of people who were putting out the information that was trying to steer the narrative away from Sammy. This person has clearly either listened intently to Ronnie and apparently knows Ronnie and agrees with all the information that Ronnie has said, even though we now know that Ronnie was a load of bullshit. Or, as it seems more likely, they're in that same group of people and they're in on the whole pushing the fake narrative thing. To me, the fact that she has rung Iked Mel, the same person that Ronnie rang, and is pushing Ronnie's narrative makes me question the validity
Wait, which person?
The caller.
Volunteer? They came in to volunteer? That's what CB's saying.
If this caller considerably.
I want to hear the voice.
How was it advertised? You know? How do they all find out about this?
Snapchat. It's instant. It's like you can even have Snapchat.
Oh, Snapchat. That's what I had originally heard too. I heard it was some sort of Snap. But you can plan things on Snapchat. How does that work? Or is it just word of mouth, just going around on Snapchat? Like,
oh yeah, it's every day. Like they just throw it out there on a daily. Like that's how they communicate is Snapchat. And the drugs, you could have free delivery to whatever drug you wanted to the campgrounds. Like this has been going on for, I don't know, but my son has gone to parties out there for.
Okay, we know that it is a fact that drug dealers will use Snapchat as a way of selling drugs. But honestly, to have a supposed parent to be so nonchalant about the fact that, yeah, these kids go to the parties and they buy their drugs, they order it via Snapchat, and the drugs get delivered to the parties.
Susan, that's what I had today. It was delish. CB, what? Oh man, you need to charge your phone and fucking DM me.
Yeah, sounds like.
Or come in chat and blow it up. Either which way, we need.
Looking to help, and they gave her something to do.
Send me a screenshot of who you think it is.
Did you hear what I said, Shan?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was talking out loud too.
I know. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I said it sounds like this lady came to help and was looking for some projects, and they gave her something to do. This call.
Hey,
you want to help? Sure. Call into ICML for us.
I want to hear this voice a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Linda? Listen, Linda. Hold on.
Listen, Linda.
Okay, we know that it is a fact that drug dealers will use Snapchat as a way of selling.
I want to hear this voice right here.
Snapchat.
oh, Snapchat. That's what I had originally heard too. I heard it was some sort
It's instant. It's like you can even have Snapchat.
Oh, Snapchat. That's what I had originally heard too. I heard it was some sort of Snap. But you can plan things on Snapchat. How does that work? Or is it just word of mouth, just going around on Snapchat? Like,
oh yeah, it's every day. Like they just throw it out there on a daily. Like that's how they communicate is Snapchat. And the drugs, you could have free delivery to whatever drug you wanted to the campgrounds. Like this has been going on for
real, Becca.
I don't know, but my son has gone to parties out there for.
Okay, we know that it is a fact that drug dealers will use Snapchat.
Anna Bean has a message for Ukraine.
But honestly, to have a supposed parent to be so nonchalant about the fact that, yeah, these kids go to the parties, they buy their drugs, they order it via Snapchat, and the drugs get delivered to the parties.
Yeah, you can.
But hey, I'm really cool with my kid going to these parties. And apparently, my kid tells me all these things about the parties that most kids probably wouldn't tell their parent, because a normal parent wouldn't allow their kid to go to a party if they're telling them that, hey, well, we use Snapchat to get hold of the drug dealers so that we can get our drugs delivered. Hello?
A few months now.
wow.
And yeah, I don't know. It's just it's tragic. It's super horrible. And I don't mean party. I mean these kids want to just hang out and be with. They've had a really tough 2 years. Like,
look,
they just want to get together.
Dude,
and
Ninja, this picture is glorious. Did y'all see that? See it?
Yep. I know where it came from.
And then if you think about the deep ruts that are in the side of the dirt boat ramp is what you guys are calling it. It's where you do your little sleds across. Like when it freezes over and it snows on top of it, you guys take your little sleds. I should show you guys videos. Maybe we should watch some of them videos on Friday. But yeah, like when I see pictures of people trying to drive close to the water, this is what seems to happen. She said that's her truck. What? Say what? What?
Who, me?
CB said, hey, that's my truck. What the fuck?
No, not. We know whose it is.
She said, just kidding. Just kidding.
be together and not have outside influences. I don't know why it got out of control. I don't know if you've looked at a map, but CHP headquarters is less than 2 miles away. Why did police not know about 300 to 500 people partying 2 miles away? Loud music, like this has been known for a long time.
Because 300 to 500 people weren't at this party, honey.
I don't know.
The cops at the party and shit?
That's where you got me fucked up with your narrative.
Well, the kids weren't going to say.
30. You're adding that zero on it.
If we believe.
Look, they're adding zeros to the numbers of the people, and they're taking numbers off the fucking organ weights of the autopsy. It's crazy. Something, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like the truth is missing in all of it. It's like, oh, we gotta correct this truth a little bit.
We'll just use some whiteout. Let's use some whiteout.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Whiteout and blue ink. They got it.
Oh, you guys are ridiculous.
But if all else fails, at least the autopsy's null and void. Ha 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 ha. No, it don't work that way. I'm gonna hold you to that autopsy. You better explain that shit away. That autopsy is what I'm holding you to.
Wait, tomorrow's the last day in February. Isn't CHP supposed to have their report out tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll be out tomorrow. Chop, chop. Let's go.
Yep. Tick, 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 tack.
They say it was like February 20-something. It was supposed to come out, right? I know it wasn't March.
Tomorrow's the last day.
When is it supposed to come out, y'all? Because I thought, oh, that's a good birthday gift. Where's the CHP report?
If that you are a parent, you knew about this for a month beforehand. You said apparently that your kid wasn't allowed to go because there were going to be lots of children there. And you're asking, why didn't authorities know about this? Clearly, you see it now as such a serious concern.
Kids will be kids.
But did you call authorities and say there's going to be a massive party out at one of the reservoirs? And I think that you should probably be aware of it.
Look, y'all use tow ropes to pull it out, and then you use tow ropes to tie things down in. Like, and them straps, those same strap that's hanging out of the back of Kylie's car, like, it resembles, like, the seatbelt material. And also, you ever watch them doing, like, the waterboarding off the end of, like, their little yacht boats or little sport boats or whatever, how they hold on to that little strap. It looks like a tie-down strap.
Yep.
You know? That's literally what they're called, tie-down strap. But they use it for, like, boating and all kinds of shit. Tying things up. Tying people up.
Yeah.
Something.
Because of all the stuff that happens with kids bringing in drugs and kids getting drunk.
Well, that's the thing, is if Kylie's story was a type of math, it would be Common Core, yes.
Just a thought. Her moral stance just doesn't seem to line up properly.
It doesn't take that much to get to the answer.
The cops at the party or something? We don't know about? No.
I don't know. I don't
know. She said, I don't know. Fuck. What? No, that's
and he laughed. And he laughed. Did you hear him laugh?
Yeah.
Like he knew she slipped.
Seem to line up properly.
Huh?
The cops at the party or something? We don't know about? No.
I don't know. Fuck. I don't.
Fuck. She look. That is not
that bit actually sounded like a teenager giving it.
It did.
Oh, totally teenager.
Like adults don't do that generally. Maybe I'm wrong, but that sounded like a very teenage response.
No, the brain doesn't have a truck.
Wow, that's
it's heavy. These kids have a heavy burden on their shoulders, and they don't want to share videos because they have Division I scholarships on their hands. They have amazing futures in their hands, and they think that it's all going to get taken away if they expose what they actually do on a Friday night.
This is also not a new part of the narrative, aside from the fact that she's mentioned this previously in the conversation. I wonder if anyone else
They tell on
remembers
themselves they won't be able to
Autumn
party anymore.
Fragrance, I think it was, who popped up quite a bit when Kylie was missing. And she was really pushing this whole thing as well. Why would the kids come forward when they've all got such brilliant futures and they've all got wonderful scholarships? They don't want to ruin their future college careers.
These amethyst
Interestingly enough, Autumn Fragrance was also a huge Sammy fan.
Buy them all.
And particularly got aggro with, I think it was called This Country Girl's Life, who called her out several times and who had
it is This Country Girl's Life.
A lot of the irregularities
some of her
Sammy.
videos the other day.
And of course, logically, any kid who's smart enough to get a scholarship to college is going to know that simply attending a party where there was drugs and alcohol is not going to affect their scholarship.
Sent me a
Colleges would
video.
be pretty bloody empty if they turned down students because they'd been drinking and getting into drugs over their summer holidays. Not to mention, do they seriously think that police are going to go, okay, well, thanks for telling us that you were at this party. We're going to contact your college now and tell them that you went to this party. Bullshit. This narrative is ridiculous. The only reason that kids would not come forward and give photos or accounts or whatever
it's on YouTube.
Would be because they know that something really bad happened at that party and perhaps they witnessed it or perhaps they heard about what happened.
This is a cute ass squirrel.
And they don't want to be involved because they know that a child died. Of course, it's also quite likely that this whole idea of kids won't come forward because they don't want their scholarships to be ruined could have been intentionally put out there to intimidate children to make sure that they didn't come forward and speak.
Did your son tell you a sec to no? But her son didn't go to the party. He didn't go to the party, right?
No.
I was asking if he told you what happened. Yeah.
He has video from his friends and that's all been given to the police. And he has stories from his friends of what happened, and he's been to the parties before. He knows what happens. It's not cool. Parents need to wake the fuck up. That's all I gotta say.
Parents need to wake.
Dude, I need to watch this video.
But you've allowed your son or sons to go to multiple similar parties, and what have you done? Nothing.
My sinuses.
Other than come in and talk.
Like, y'all are telling me that numerous aircraft flew over this water and this drone picks this up. The video that oh my what BoobTube TV put out, plus this coinciding.
Nothing.
This voice, though.
Other than come in and talk on Iked Mel's channel and apparently spoke to police about things that you heard in relation to the party.
Give me a second.
About a 40-year-old man.
Hey, what's up? Somebody's asking too. Trinity wants to know. Trinity wants to know too. What's up with the fight clubs you guys do out there in the woods and stuff?
I watched it small screen.
What was that name, Shan? What was that name?
What? I don't know. I'm gonna rewind it, honey.
Okay, thank you.
Nothing. Other than come in and talk on Iked Mel's channel and apparently spoke to police about things that you heard in relation to the party about a 40-year-old man.
Hey, what's up? Somebody's asking too. Trinity wants to know. Trinity wants to know too. What's up with the fight clubs you guys do out there?
Did you say Trinity wants to know what?
That's
say what?
what I thought I heard. That's why I wanted to hear
hold
it
on.
again.
Hold on, yeah.
Spoke to police about things that you heard in relation to the party about a 40-year-old man.
Hey, what's up? Somebody's asking too. Trinity wants to know. Trinity wants to know too. What's up with the fight clubs you guys do out there in the woods and stuff?
Yeah, Trinity's asking about Fight Club. Huh. Somebody could go back to his chat when this is going on. That'd be great to see if the chat's still there.
Talk on Ickard Mel's channel, and apparently spoke to police about things that you heard in relation to the party about a 40-year-old man.
Hey, what's up? Somebody's asking too. Trinity wants to know. Trinity wants to know too. What's up with the fight clubs you guys do out there in the woods and stuff?
Right? That's fucked up too. Yeah, I understand.
This
so there were every time there's a fight at those campgrounds.
They're not even trying to sound like a parent, in my opinion.
No, dude, no, they're not. She keeps trying to clear her voice so she sounds more adult.
It's like, not that Trinity meant anything, but that just kind of,
that's crazy, right?
Yeah, bothered me.
No, there's rivalry between North Tahoe, Incline, and Truckee. So there's always kids trying to fight each other. And I don't know, like that seems kind of normal to me for boys to get their testosterone out, and nothing gets out of control, really. Like, they're just
downplaying it yet again. Nothing gets out of control. It's a bit like Sammy's narrative with water. There's always someone on hand to step in. And I must go and listen to the Jane Doe call.
Look, didn't Nick Tow Truck guy say it spiraled out of control?
Yep.
That vehicle looked like it's spiraling out of control in the air.
As well, because I'm pretty sure that this narrative about it being rivalry fights came from one of these Jane Does.
Brawling. But there is a bit of bullying. I think it happens everywhere. The fight had nothing really to do with her disappearance. So
okay.
The fight had nothing to do with her disappearance.
Okay, I'm going to take that as the opposite then, Bam. You mean the fight did maybe have something to do with it?
I mean, why are they blocking an intersection? A fight is happening, baseball bats, like all this crazy shit. Like, all this shit is happening.
Yes. Licked me. Jazz called him licked me is a creeper in my Hey Tiff. Tiff says happy birthday, Sheehan.
I know there's a video I tried to watch on my phone. It's really small.
Oh, you're gonna go watch it.
Interesting. I'm not sure.
I'll do a little intermission because I want to read it.
She is saying that in general, she's talking about
I saw the one Ninja Chihuahua
that occur because of rivalry or bullying. But then she switches to the fight had nothing to do with Kylie's disappearance.
She sure did.
So suddenly,
trying to sell us a narrative.
To Kylie, she is specifically talking about one fight, about the fight.
Like, everybody's get the focus off of Prosser while they shut down Prosser so they could do a search at the ping of the last known location. And then what's weird is a collision happens right where as much on land as it is in water. You know?
Something.
Muddying up the waters and shit.
I think we should all go on Twitter or X and tag SF in your little short. Maybe he could explain it to us. So.
Yeah, SF, you seem to be so fucking professional.
You might have seen it.
I would love STEM KB to come forward and explain what they see. There's two people, Stephen Fisher and STEM KB, Mr. Creamer.
Please help us out, guys.
If you'd be so kind to look at the fire cam footage and just roll past the two cars going in the water, go to 147 time frame, and tell me what you see happening. Because a car parked here and a car comes around, boom, and does like a somersault thing. Can you explain what's going on there? That'd be great. Thank you.
Right. That's a red flag to me.
All kinds of flags.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. Appreciate the call. Yeah. And sharing some of the insight.
Yeah, absolutely did.
Appreciate it. All right.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
That does not sound like no fucking mother. Sorry.
No.
That is nobody's mother.
And that hang up is awkward too to me for some reason. Like, it's
all
just
these
like
milks
boom.
calling,
All right, thanks.
You know?
Bye.
All right.
Why
so
Ichamel? I mean,
I don't know, man.
I guess he
He's
he is somebody's
he was
buddy.
the most,
He's someone's buddy. Someone's buddy. Remember?
Not only that, but you got Ichamel. Like they chose all the bigger YouTubers, and then the ones that didn't go along properly, and then had Ryan on their show, are the ones they kind of like try to scare, go after, do smear campaigns on them. All right, so let me go to my history because it should be in my history from my phone. Please tell me it's gonna be here. Okay, this will be way
funny how all those ones that had those interviews, the majority of them, if I could be wrong, all of a sudden as soon as the fire cam footage came out, they all believed it
there's
and they
so
stopped.
many ads on here. Everybody got tagged in this shit. That's awesome as hell. That's what's up. All right, we're gonna watch a little intermission video. This is from Tiff Justice. She always puts together some really beautiful Kylie little shorts for Kylie.
Tiff.
I'm excited to see this with volume and stuff. I'm gonna read this. Wow, I did a really good video. I love all these squirrels. This is great, y'all.
They're all little messages, Shan.
I see that. That's why I had to pause them. I love y'all. That's why I wanted to look at it on my full screen. I got to watch Ninja Chihuahua's video on my full screen right before the live. Because y'all was blowing my shit up. I'm so happy that these are out here. These exist. And y'all have made it possible for these shirts to exist. Thank you. I feel blessed to have y'all. Nope, go back. I know, I saw this today and I dude, I love this quote. I love this quote from Mega. That would be me off of him fucking
right there.
Wide-eyed, bushy tail. Fucking.
Aww.
It's all short and fat and shit. Aw. I love y'all so much. Yeah.
Happiest of birthday.
Aw. What's it say, bitch? A little audio.
Happiest of birthdays, BFF.
Aw,
I love you.
Baby. I love you, girl. I'm sorry, I gotta read all this shit, y'all. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, I love you. I love you, Cranny. Thank you all so much for this.
Shan.
Love you.
Yes.
Well, good night, and thank you for having us.
You know I'll be popping in Discord tomorrow. Oh, Mark, you.
Tiff.
I miss Mark so much.
It was beautiful.
That was one of the last things that Mark said was Sammy lied, Kylie died. 123.
That was beautiful.
I gotta hear his voice one more time. Gonna make me cry. Gonna make me cry.
Well, good night, and thank you for having us.
You know I'll be popping in Discord tomorrow. Dude, I need to edit that so that is my ending thing when I leave at night. I need to make that sound for the end of my lives. Yes. Yep.
What a great video.
Has a missing child case that shocked a small
beautifully done.
Very well done. You gave me tears in my eyes. I love it. I love it all so much. All right, this is another 8-minute video from Ninja Chihuahua. Dude, she does such good videos. Ugh. I haven't watched this yet, so let's get this. And then I'm done for the night because holy moly, today's been a long day. Oh fuck!
So, if you've watched my Mrs. Doe video, you have probably noticed the many irregularities and have many questions. It seems that the general consensus is that Mrs. Doe definitely isn't a parent. And I totally agree with this. The timbre of her voice points to her being a young adult. I'd guess, I'd say definitely under the age of 25.
About 20.
And most likely under 21. Yeah. Her language is certainly not that of a mature adult. And the
Mm-mm.
way she discusses the party is certainly not what you would expect from an adult. I've covered these points in more detail in my Mrs. Stowe video. So I'll add the link in my description for those people who haven't seen it and may wish to do so.
Oh, these fucking
The
candles.
purpose of this video is to discuss the possible identity of the caller, and in particular, out of fairness, given that a number of people have raised the question, to address the similarities between the caller's voice and Daisy Cole's voice. So,
Horses,
we
of
know
course,
that the
of
caller
course,
has
of course.
referred to Sammy as a dear friend. So they've already told us that there's someone close to Sammy. They've gone so far as to tell people to stop focusing on Sammy. So, is this caller Daisy Cole, or is it someone else from Sammy's inner circle? The thing which I believe to be the biggest challenge here is that the caller to Igad Mel was trying to come across as being someone older. So, would they have tried to adjust their speech accordingly?
Yeah, she has. Yeah, she
Also,
has.
most of the audio of
Yes, she
Daisy,
has.
which is available, is from those times when she was pissed off with her mother, meaning that the tone of her speech sounds different and sometimes higher than when she is speaking calmly. You may have noticed in the past that the more pissed off Daisy becomes, the higher her voice becomes. Before sharing my own thoughts on whether or not this could be Daisy Cole, I'll play you several pieces of audio first.
Oh
so
shit,
that you
she
can
getting
decide for
it.
yourselves if this
Dude,
is
I'm getting loud
Daisy
at my neighbors.
or someone else close to Sammy.
Yeah, I
Look,
have two.
this is why I try to not watch shit after like fucking a certain time, because I do that. You know, I get loud like it's football in my house.
What did you just yell, Shan?
I said, she's getting it. And I know, like, I have my headphones on, and to me, like, this seems really loud. But I'm sure to the rest of my house and to my neighbors and shit, dude, it is like football, you know?
I love you. Alright, we gotta get back.
I'll just
I
tell
love
them
you.
I'm yelling at video games.
Can you guys
They don't
picture
care. They
Shan
don't
in
ever
her place
complain.
with her neighbors hearing her yell?
They
I
probably
love
think
you.
I'm fucking crazy. I got Tourette's or some shit.
I love you.
I probably do sound like I got Tourette's if you think about it, you know? Me with my little headsets on.
Oh. Not that it's funny, but it's just picturing you, Shan, right? When you said it. I love you. Happy birthday. All right.
My neighbors, for real.
It's the same goes for my
like
neighbors,
old
though.
and half deaf, and then the lady diagonal over there, she's deaf and takes her hearing aid off at night, so you know she don't hear shit.
Oh, she's fine. Yeah.
And then I only have a neighbor and she's cool as hell. Like her baby's up all hours of the night. So.
And don't forget about your mega suction you got going on.
Well, I mean, it's airtight in here. I got soundproofing. We're good in this bunker, you know?
Yeah.
My neighbors never yell at me, other than sometimes my bass gets a little rattly. It's okay.
That when you play Call of Duty, though, right?
No, that's when I fucking play EDM music and I be getting it.
Oh, yeah.
Pop music, oh yeah, that fucking shakes the walls. I can hear like all my plates and mirrors and shit, the fucking windows vibrating. Like I could tell when 2 cups are together in the fucking cabinets and shit. Or when like something's touching the side of the microwave.
Get out of the kitchen.
And then you gotta go listen closely because you gotta hear where that vibration is coming from so you can move them apart.
It drives you nuts, yeah.
It does.
Everyone's laughing.
Dude, on this plate, I put so much foam padding on the back side of it because it does like this plate would dance on the wall a little bit. You like soundproofing. My neighbors love me. They're always asking me for shit, so you know they like me.
They do, Shan. How can they not? Stop it.
Before sharing my own thoughts on whether or not this could be Daisy Cole, I'll play you several pieces of audio
Please
first,
do. Please
so
do.
that you can decide for yourselves if
This
this
is all
Daisy
use discernment, y'all.
or someone else close to Sammy.
Yeah, I have 2 teenage boys that attend Incline High School, which is the north side of Lake Tahoe, and we live in Tahoe City, which is also the north side of Lake Tahoe.
She doesn't sound like she wants to be doing it.
Yeah, frequent beach.
Do she huffs just like Megan too? Like she don't want to be doing this.
We live in
or someone else close to Sammy.
Yeah, I have 2 teenage boys that attend Incline High School, which is the north side of Lake Tahoe, and we live in Tahoe City, which is also the north side of Lake Tahoe. They, frequent these parties that happen at Boca and Prosser and Stampede reservoirs.
Your kids
kind
do?
of a
Oh.
Well, one of them does. They weren't there that night.
Did it because the Army for Jesus lady said that if there was proof that I was not in the state or I wasn't at the party, then she would like to see it. And I actually have a picture and video from that day, time stamped and location stamped in Idaho. So I just figured, why not send it anyway?
Oh, I hate
Not
it.
doing it for anyone. I did it because I wanted to, not because anyone made me to or feel like I had to. I did it because I wanted to. Sure, I don't care about my pictures. You know why? Because when I'm posting on Facebook or Instagram and people are seeing that, I already know it's going to be public. I already know people are going to see it, so I don't care. You know, what is it to me? But Aiden, he doesn't want any of his pictures up, and he doesn't post pictures really. So any of those pictures, he doesn't want. No, I don't care about the pictures because I already post them for the public to see. So who cares?
That's true, and I agree.
And I just feel like I have a bit of information that I've shared with the police, but it's not out there in the media, and it could be viable for your show or what is some misconceptions that are going on around there about what happened or about these parties. Yeah.
So tell me, well, what you can say anyway. I guess like, what are the misconceptions? You know, what's those parties like over there?
Well, I think a good background of the terrain is pretty important.
Holy fuck, y'all.
And on these back dirt roads, they all lead to an inlet, a private campground, a private beach spot, a private party scene. And there's hundreds of kids spread out throughout miles and miles of campground.
Braden got home. It's not even from December 2nd. It's from December 3rd, actually.
Yeah.
It was posted 2 weeks ago. You just asked for the video. That's the video that I got sent. That's not even the full video. That's part 1. No. Kiki Ray's not the one who sent it to me. I opened the comment because it has the first part of someone else that I am friends with. Instagram's handle, Spicy. That's all I saw. Don't know what the rest is. I have someone whose Instagram is Spicy Parmesan. I opened it thinking it was from Spicy Parmesan. It was from someone else. Spicy whatever. I don't know.
In reality, there's college students and 40-year-olds and drugs being thrown and donated and pushed, like literally thrown in these as young as 14 years old little girls. And it's tragic. It really is. And I just want the kids to start talking and the parents to start listening.
There's definitely similarities there. But like I mentioned at the start of this video, the biggest challenge is that the caller to Ikad Mel is calling in and they're doing it in a conversational mode, and they are trying to sound like they are.
I think it's best we just use discernment and let people listen for themselves.
I agree.
All I'm going to say is, oh my God, holy fuck, and hold my head and mind blown, and that's all I can,
A parent of a child. Also, they're speaking in a calm manner. The recordings we have of Daisy, however, are recordings where she's pretty much pissed off with her mother. So you know that straight away her voice is going to be higher than what it would be in a normal conversational
That's why she's disliked. I love you.
That said, we can't say that those voices are identical.
You do such incredible work for
Yes,
Kylie.
there are similarities.
Yeah, she does.
There are also differences. I'm kind of leaning more towards it not being Daisy, but I can't say this with 100% certainty.
No, I can't say it without a reasonable doubt.
At the same time,
I agree.
I certainly don't think that I could argue convincingly
right
that it is Daisy either.
Look,
Can't
with all the
tell.
specialists that they have out there that go to college that are trained ears for this shit, let them, put it out there. Let them decipher it. This doesn't mean go after people with pitchforks. It's just, this is my opinion. This is a comparison. Use discernment. Make your own. Don't go attacking these people. Yes, you're allowed. It's freedom of speech. You can talk about whatever you want. I'm curious because, holy shit. There were some points in there in the pronunciation, the pauses, the cadence.
I think I'm gonna slide
I'm gonna
out,
go play
guys.
a couple games of Call of Duty, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm going night night. I had a wonderful birthday. Thank you all for all the birthday wishes, for the little monies that people sent. I appreciate it. I bought hella awesome birthday gifts that are on their way. I'm excited. Got some good smelling candles. I appreciate y'all so much. Tomorrow is a down day. I will not be going live unless it's a brief live to play some video games, because I'm staying hyper. I might, if I go live, it would be me slinging ink, because I definitely need to focus on getting some shirts done. I don't have enough space to house all the amount of shirts that I have. I think I have close to like 70 or 80 shirts. And I don't feel like having to buy, I think eventually I'm going to have to buy storage to sort, because I'm not a fan of boxes on shelves. You know what I mean? It's too much work. We'll figure it out. By the way, I have been scoping out, because everybody keeps saying, when you're going to make hats, when you're going to do this. I don't know if the process, if I'm going to design the logo and have them do transfers, or if I'm going to buy or make the rig that places hats in a thingy so that you can put a screen on them and do ink on them. But I'll figure it out. Either which way, they're going to be solid. I will be having hats coming within probably the next 2 months. And those were, if they're Kylie or say their name stuff, anything that is for victims, you guys know how I do it here. I will be giving them away. But my focus is working on these crew shirts. And then I also am going to be making screens for some more say their name shirts. And then I'm going to go around and make more LLK shirts. And I'm just going to keep doing shirts in rotation. And then eventually we'll get some Squirrel Squad shit and we just keep on doing it. I love you all so much. Thank you, Craney, for being here. Please get some sleep.
Yes. Happy birthday, Shan. I love you.
Thank you, baby. I love you all so very much. Justice for Kylie Rodney.
Yes. Good night, everyone.